and the loud collector Phil. Rip Party 2 this fall. Sport Card Expo, we going live. Streaming worldwide on YouTube. Let's rip!
Yeah, we back where the packs pop loud. Slabs in the air, got the hobby so proud. Rip Party 2, bring the crowd, no cap. Boxes on boxes, we giving them back. Not just wax, it's the love we share. Collectors unite from everywhere. Legends in plastic, hearts in chrome. The Gongshow boys, yeah, we back in the zone. Talk rookies, parallels, grails, and heat. Skating through sets with that checklist beat. Sport Card Expo is family vibes. From little base hits to that one-on-one prize. We don't flip just for cloud or stash. We give love to the hobby, no strings, no cash. This fall, it's a mission, not just a show. And it's live stream big on YouTube, yo!
Rip it up, tear the seal, Gongshow fam, keep it real. Give it back, feel the thrill. Sport Card Expo, what a deal. Rip Party can't be matched. Hobby hearts forever attached. This fall we break, we build. The love of the game unfiltered, unchill. Rip it up, tear the seal, Gongshow fam, keep it real. Give it back, feel the thrill. Sport Card Expo, what a deal. Rip Party can't be matched. Hobby hearts forever attached. This fall we break, we build. The love of the game unfiltered, unchill.
Sharks fly like my takes, they wild. OV ain't breaking it. But I'll crack slabs till the crowd goes nuts. With cards so clean, got zero cuts. Pull heat for the kids, no ego trip. It's about who you bless when the wax gets ripped. So bring your crew, bring your pack, cause Rip Party 2, we taking it back.
Rip it up, tear the seal, Gongshow fam, keep it real. Give it back, feel the thrill. Sport Card Expo, what a deal. Rip Party can't be matched. Hobby hearts forever attached. This fall we break, we build. The love of the game unfiltered, unchill.
Rip Party 2.
Wayne Gretzky on steroids?
Welcome back to episode 298 of the Hockey Cards Gongshow podcast. My name is Josh. I'm here with my best hobby buddies, the one and only Baba Louie and the loud collector Phil. Hey guys, how's it going?
What's going on, boys?
Good.
How you doing?
All right, man.
Great.
We ready for a big show? We got a lot to get through today.
Let's rock it out.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Phil, you had an amazing Friday nights with Phil.
Mm-hmm.
What happened? Let us know.
It was incredible for other people. We I was jacked up the whole day. Cup release week. Emotions are flying high. Everybody's going nuts. I woke up Friday morning with our guest, Jeff Jones, incredible human being, asking me if it was okay if he can open a case of the cup. And I was a little confused because I was like, you mean a box? And he was like, no, a case. And I was like, well, buddy, the show is yours this evening. And Jeff did just that, and he hit some great cards.
You said you woke up with your buddy Jeff. Did he roll over and tell you?
Yeah, he just gave me a nudge. He said, Phil, is it okay if I open the case? I was like, you got it, big boy.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I purchased, so I FOMO'd. I wasn't planning on it, and I went and purchased a tin. And
you called me, and you were like, I think I'm going to do this. And I'm like, you don't have to, Phil. You don't have to. For the record, tried to talk you out of it.
Yeah, for the record, Mr. Madigan, captain, tried to talk me out of it, and I did not listen. And I went and bought my tin, and out of the box, bless their hearts, top-notch LCS. They matched it. They totally gave me a free tin of the cup, and a great guy, Daniel. Well, I don't think he's a great guy. I don't know. We just say that. He might be a horrible person. I hope not. I'm sure you're great, Daniel. He won the tin at the end of the night. I opened mine, and I got the best card I got was damaged. And that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
That is okay. I'm going to follow the process because, mistakes happen. So I went to the Upper Deck website. I've never contacted them for a damaged card. I've never really received a damaged card that I've wanted to replace, but it's a Jack Quinn out of 50 auto. Exquisite card. So I'll document that along the way, and I'm sure it'll be fine and might just take a little while. But back to the evening, it was great. California Dave opened up his own tin as well. It's on the weaker side, but he got an Edvinson RPA. Yeah, we had fun, man. We just shot the poop. Great chat, 200 people, and I couldn't believe it, 200 people. Well, I'm buying half of their love. So I mean, it's okay. But yeah. It'll be tough to top that next Friday, but we'll do our best with Upper Deck Ice. So
yeah, kudos to out of the box too. I don't know how many LCSs are gonna be like, yep, you buy one, we'll give you one.
I don't think many. Well, I mean, it's I can loiter and harass pretty good. So maybe it was a little payoff money to get me out of the store. I don't know.
I don't think it's possible to have a worse box of the cup than you open.
Yeah, it was really bad. I'm trying to stay positive. I
Mhm.
really am. I've never bought the cup in my life before.
Mhm.
And I think that's a one and done.
Yeah.
I remember why I'm a card guy, a singles guy, you know? It's
Yeah.
okay. It's okay. Listen, it was a great night. It was Oh, we also did guess the autograph, and that went really well. It's
Yeah.
incredible how many people know their autographs. The knowledge out there is incredible. There's so many people not on social media that just big collections, know their hockey. You know, we're just skimming the surface here with our podcast.
I love when you do games because you work hard on them, you can tell. And you're very, very excited when they start, and then you immediately get pissed off when everybody knows the answers because you think that
Yeah,
you're gonna
it cheeses my butt. I don't because when I'm doing it, I'm like, oh, they're never gonna get this. I'm licking my chops, I'm salivating like my dog when I'm about to feed her. And 5 seconds. I'd say the longest has been about 20 seconds. That's the longest it's been for any card for person to guess. So what I do if you're listening, which you obviously are, I crop out an old hockey card and I just leave the hockey player and I don't show the name, and you have to guess the name. I'm not picking well-known people here. I'm picking like nobodies, and these guys are all getting it. So I decided to do autographs. I like Ron Francis. How are you going to get that? Adam Oates. I picked like a really crappy one of Adam Oates too. That was the O and the A at the end that got me. So anyways, I'm just going to keep stepping it up harder. More difficult. That's what I meant.
There you go. Well, good job by you. And it's amazing to give away a box of the cup. So you should be very proud. And it's
incredible. Yeah, it's incredible. I had to call the owner from the shop because I was like, this warrants a phone call. But Dan and Jimmy, amazing owners, stepped up. Couldn't believe it, man. Couldn't believe it.
Well, yeah, popped your cherry on opening a tin.
I did. So I got a nice tin out of it. That's good.
You took the tin's worth more than any of the cards.
All right, Josh. Don't you have some things to get through here at the beginning of the show?
Dude, if your friends can't laugh at you, then nothing. Okay. Yeah, we got to move on to a huge announcement, a very, very big announcement for all three of us. I'm excited and nervous and scared about we're officially announcing today Rip Party 2 is on, like Donkey Kong.
Oh, yeah.
The Fall Expo.
Oh, yeah.
I really think my favorite day ever in the hobby was the first Rip Party.
It was incredible. Magical evening.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like someone kicked the living crap out of me the next morning, though. When we woke up, I was like, did I just squat 800 pounds? What is happening?
It
could have slept for a month.
Yeah.
It was controlled chaos that we pulled off, but nobody would have known what we were feeling inside.
My tank doesn't usually get depleted, and that was a depleted tank on Phil the next morning.
The best part about it, though, is it was kind of about it was our event, but it wasn't about us. There were so many people that came together. I've never been a part of something where everybody had a common goal and interest, and that was to give back, say thank you to the hobby, and we gave away a ton of boxes, and then the audience got involved as they were watching. Once they found out that we had to fork over shipping ourselves, we were getting donations left and right.
Yeah, that was awkward. I don't know how to feel.
But it was amazing. It was beautiful too, right? Everybody was just, except the one drunk guy in the chat. Everybody
who won the cup? Who won the cup?
Yeah,
the drunk guy, the obnoxious guy wins. It's always that way. It's always
and you open a box and get nothing. See, where are the hockey hobby guys, right? Well, yeah, and so at first we thought, well, this was so much fun, we're gonna do it every expo, and then we quickly were like, A, still exhausted, and B, just thought that it would be a better fit to do once a year, and especially because we ask for so much help to put it on. And when the three of us talked about it, of course, I think right away we were very much on the same page, where all of us were like, we're definitely going to do it in the fall, but it has to be bigger and better. Somehow we don't know. Oh my God, how are we going to do this? And I still feel that a little bit. So a lot of really today, I think, in announcing Rip Party 2 is us speaking it into existence. We kind of have an idea how this is going to happen.
We have a general direction.
We have time. Yes, we have a general direction, but none of us want to do it unless it's just so much better somehow. than it was. It's pretty hard to top what we did last time. And if you're not aware, you weren't following our show, then you can go back and watch Rip Party on our YouTube. But the whole point was, so much of this hobby is buying and selling, right? Somebody spending money, somebody making money, whether it's hobby companies or just individual collectors, right? Going to card shows or trading on Instagram. And the idea of Rip Party was first and foremost just for everyone to come together and give back, where nobody profits, nobody makes. It costs everybody money to do Rip Party, but as a giant way to say thank you. And then, of course, it's our cute little way of having an event during the expo where for basically people that can't be at the expo, because there's a lot of expo FOMO that happens, right? It's tough to get to Toronto. Even if you're in Canada, Canada's a big country. It can cost thousands of dollars to, we're thinking about going to Edmonton and found out very quickly how expensive that was.
That was a hard pass.
Mm-hmm.
And the biggest companies, the Mintinks of the world, the Slab Sharks, the whatnots, whoever they may be, they kind of own the trade nights. They have tons of money to spend, and we're not going to ever compete with that. And so again, we want to have an event that is really more catered to people that can't be at the expo than that are there, and then wrap in the whole spirit of giving and giving it back. We gave away tens of thousands of boxes last fall, and we tend to top that. Maybe not in quantity, but in quality or a mixture of both. We'll see. And so, yeah, it's happening for sure. And then we'll spend probably the next 5 months really taking everyone along in the journey, like everything we do here, and talking about the ups, the downs, the scary parts, the exciting parts. And we're going to be asking just about every hobby business to, participate in this too. And I would, in a perfect world, it's just a giant coming together event for the hobby.
Yeah, I would say it's like I'll be a little more positively aggressive. Like everybody's on notice now. I'm knocking on all doors because how many 95% of YouTube videos out there have spent $10,000, opened $5,000 worth of packs, did this, did that. Everything costs money. So I think you could spend $1,000 to $2,000 and buy a box of the cup and give to Rip Party too. You're not giving it to the Gong Show. You're not giving it to Mint Inc. You're not giving it to other people. You're giving it back to the hobby. Right. Mm-hmm. And I can't wait. I can't wait to ask everybody that is successful in our industry, in our community, you're getting asked. And you can say no, of course. I'm not going to. Mm-hmm. I mean, it is what it is. Charity starts at home. I get that. But everyone's on notice now because, we really want to give back, and we're smarter. We know how to spend less of our own money, and I'm excited for that. The shipping. I'm sorry. I know we're annoying on the shipping, but it was such a nightmare. We did not plan it.
No,
we know better now. We're pretty much shipping experts at this point.
Yeah, some things will be different. Other things will be bigger, better. For Louis, from our perspective, it's a big technical challenge, which we kind of think is fun to figure out. And we're going to have people partnering with us this time. We want the production to be better. We want the prizes to be better. We want to wrap in a charitable donation to this and really embrace, like I'll say over and over again, celebrating this hobby and the people in it and giving back. That's really what Rip Party is.
Can't wait. We don't know exactly the format, but we're thinking similar, like with the giveaway, the hashtags, opening the boxes, giving away the hits. So last year we were absolutely blessed with Brad's father-in-law, I believe, Sherry's dad. We got the blasters.
Brad's uncle.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
We got 80 blasters. So the odds of that happening again are probably not likely. So, it'll most likely be less cards, but maybe it'll be mightier, it'll be more type of hobby. I mean, we'll take what we can get from anybody, but we want this to be big. We're going hard at it, nuts to the wall. We're going hard.
It's like what you did on Friday night, where if we can help facilitate, even for a number of people, 100, I don't know what it'll be, 50 people, 100 people, whatever it ends up, to get a box or to get cards from a box that they would never be able to buy for themselves typically.
Yep.
I've never opened up a tin in the cup, and you were able to give one away to somebody who, we don't know their situation, but maybe they've never got to do it either. And that's so rewarding to give people those experiences. So lots of info to come. But for today, Rip Party 2. And if you haven't put the dots together, yes, there's a Gr8 theme.
Tell them, Josh. Tell them. It's a Gr8 theme.
It's a Gr8 kind of theme that'll be, you're going to see a lot of that over the next 5 months. But we wanted to have kind of a big, bold statement for Rip Party because it is an event that means a lot to us. And we want people to, hopefully will join us and, embrace again that spirit of celebration and giving back, or we'll just look like giant idiots. And
that's okay. It's part of our brand. I can't wait, man.
It's on brand.
So we kill it. We look normal. It's fine.
We're mentioning it. We're mentioning it now, but we talk about that. We haven't stopped talking about Rip Party 2 since Rip Party 1 finished.
Right.
Yeah. So thank you everyone for indulging us. It's a very exciting moment for the three of us in our show, and can't wait to sprinkle in more info over the next 5 months. Okay, before we get started, just a few more updates. Got to mention the Gongshow official breaking partner, GP Sports Cards. Again, be sure to check out gpsportscards.com for latest break times and spots. Grant normally breaks, of course, on Wednesday and Friday nights. He'll also sprinkle in some breaks on Whatnot, so go follow their shop on the app, too. Last time I checked, which was this morning, there's already a 6-box master case team random break lined up for Wednesday. He'll add more, I'm sure, on Monday. So, again, you might want to go back and look. And addition to Whatnot, lots of people even just watch his breaks on his YouTube channel. Again, under the name GP Sports Cards. Phil will likely be there, keeping the peace, the marshal of the chat.
Yeah, sure. I love it. I love it. It's fantastic. Protect those young lads at all costs. Yeah.
A quick Discord update. So, tomorrow on Tuesday, episode 4, Behind the Bench with our esteemed friend, Neeler, a.k.a. Irish Flyers Collector, is, the episode's in the can, as the kids like to say, and it'll debut tomorrow on Tuesday. If you're not familiar, Behind the Bench is our Discord exclusive show produced for the gang that supports us and is a part of our community. Now, Neil has a lot to live up to after episode 3. Holy moly. There's just endless discussion in our Discord. Based on his topic of FOMO. I think he timed it perfect to debut the day before the Cup came out because there's a lot of that going around in the hobby last week, including Phil, who caved. You should have maybe watched Neil's episode twice.
All right, let's settle down.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, this one's a banger, too. This one.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. That's a good one, too.
All right. So we look forward to that. And then lastly, but not leastly, a reminder that our show, this show, the Hockey Cards Gongshow podcast, is a Patreon podcast, which means you can support us for as little as $5 a month. Be still one of our first 299 supporters of the show, forever have that title. Get exclusive access to our Gongshow Discord server, and can see on Tuesday, episode 4, Behind the Bench, or any of the other episodes. We also do a lot of fun stuff. We do like a 5K challenge, fantasy hockey. We're doing a scavenger hunt that's wrapping up right now with the playoffs. And then it's just an amazing community of lonely, desperate men that love cards.
Now we're desperate.
Yeah.
But it's counterintuitive. If we're all hanging out, we're not lonely.
Not anymore.
Nah, no.
Oh, there's designs for a Lonely Men's Club sticker that they want us to make floating around Discord right now, too, which is pretty funny.
Fantastic.
Very creative people in there. Love it.
Great.
It's very easy to support us. Just go to our website, hockeycardsgongshow.com, click on the Become a Patron link at the top of the page, or go to Patreon directly, patreon.com, search for Hockey Cards Gong Show. There's a link in the show description for the good listener on the podcast apps and for those watching on YouTube, and then finally in our Instagram and TikTok profiles too. Baba Louie.
Yep.
It's been crazy. I don't even know what to say. We have, again, 4 new patrons since our last show.
Really?
You want to shout them out? Yeah.
I do. First one, Strider, already super active in Discord, and we may or may not have already made a trade for some cards.
Wow.
I thought we're trading members in Discord.
Of course. What do you think Louis does? The first thing he does is hit people up for their good cards.
I guess more like, brother. Yeah. First trade I've made in like 20 years. Man, it felt weird. Anywho.
I love it. So what are you holding, bud? I'll let you in, but what are you holding? I'll give you
Oh, we got a big card. I'm not. I'll let you decide when you want to unveil it, but sure. I was jealous.
I am beyond thankful. Anywho, we also have Thomas, joined the group along with Andy Bowell on a $2.99. And last but not least, Ian came to hang out. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, let's roll the game plan, buddy.
Okay, today going to be a doozy. Start off with get to know your Hall of Famers. Then we're going to get into the Stanley Cup Finals update. See what's happening there. Then it's off to hobby news. Then, after some more checklists building, Josh found some more hidden gems. Everybody's favorite segment. Then it's new product releases. Then we'll jump into the Gongshow Mailbag, the big one today, and personal pickups.
Yeah.
Well, let's get this Gong Show rolling with our Get to Know Your Hall of Famers series. It's, of course, where we're on a mission from the hockey gods to profile every single Hockey Hall of Fame player that's ever lived. We started with the very first Hall of Fame class of 1945, have been working our way to present day. Now we're nearing the end of the 1961 class, but still a few players to go. One huge one that I'm going to do last. Very excited about that one. And today's Hall of Famer that we're going to profile is Frank Rankin. Frankie Rankin. Tickets?
Yeah, I don't know him.
And he's another one of these old timers.
Okay.
So Frank Gilchrist Rankin. Looks like a chemistry teacher, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Lived from 1891 until 1932. He was born in Stratford, Ontario. Died there as well. Lifelong resident. Must have loved the vibe.
Stratford is one of the most beautiful cities in Ontario. It's very artsy fartsy.
Oh, cool.
Gordon, amazing town.
Frank played the rover position, which was in old school hockey, the seventh player on the ice. Of course, a position that no longer exists. And in a career that lasted from just 1904 to 1915, he played for the following teams: the Toronto Eatons and Toronto St. Michael's Majors.
No, they're right up there. They're like 47 and 52 on my list, man. They're climbing.
Yeah, that's a new one for me.
St. Michael's is a big school here in Toronto, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That's a big the Toronto St. Michael's. Yeah, it's a major junior hockey team. They're big deal. Yeah.
They kick you out back in the day?
No, I don't. No. Okay.
Never got in, huh?
He didn't get
Okay.
You're such a jerk.
Frank played 2 seasons of senior hockey with Eatons, scoring 21 goals in 10 games. That's not bad. Then he moved on to play for the St. Michael's Majors for 3 additional seasons. In 1912, Rankin scored an amazing 20 goals in 5 games played. While playing for St. Michael's in the 1914-15 season, he suffered a serious face gash, which led to blood poisoning, which does not sound good. That required hospitalization, and that kind of led him to retiring as a player shortly after. After his career ended, Frank became a coach and led the Toronto Gr8. There's another team never heard of. And led them to the Allen Cup Championships in 1922 and 1923. Following the Gr8's Allen Cup win in 23, that team was selected to represent Canada in the 1924 Olympic Games, the first Winter Olympic Games, and Frank led his team to the gold medal. Unfortunately for Frank, the blood poisoning resurfaced in 1932, and he lost his life as a result.
Did they have blood transfusions back then? No, I think they did. Blood transfusions was like early 1900s, so I think they did.
Yeah.
It's too bad.
Rankin was inducted in the Hall of Fame as a player in 1961. Why you should care about Frank Rankin? In 1910, he moved to Toronto to join the newly formed Eaton Athletic Association, established by John C. Eaton, president of the Eaton Department Store. Is that still a thing or no?
Yeah, the Eaton Center is not still a thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Upon his arrival, Rankin was named team captain, reflecting his leadership qualities and the high regard in which he was held. Under his captaincy, the Eaton's team won the Ontario Hockey Association senior title in the 1910-11 season and repeated the feat the following year. Rankin's leadership was instrumental in these successes, and his performance earned him first team All-Star selection for the second consecutive year. Rankin was renowned for his prolific scoring ability. In the 1911 season with the Eatons, he netted 15 goals in just 4 games. Boy, they didn't play a very long season.
Hmm.
In the 1912-13 season with St. Michael's, he was even more remarkable, scoring 22 goals in 5 games, leading the league in scoring. Over his senior career, Rankin amassed 63 goals in 21 games, plus 15 goals in 13 playoff appearances.
Question.
Yeah.
Well, as you think about all these goals he's getting, and he's playing that rover position. I don't know how much we've dug into it, but with all the rules on passing this, that back then in the game, was there a different one for rovers?
I think rover was most analogous to what a center is today. They could just go anywhere on the ice.
Right, do anything. So
yeah.
Okay, so two-way playing was the main for the rover. Okay.
And then when the NHA formed, which was the precursor to the NHL, they did away with the rover position. I think gave the center more freedom to move around on the ice.
So the rover's kind of like having a cheat code.
Yeah, but every team had one.
Yeah.
Got it.
Despite lucrative offers from professional teams, included a reported $2,500 from the Toronto Blue Shirts, and still trying to buy people even back in early 1900s.
Yeah. Unbelievable.
A significant sum at the time, Rankin chose to maintain his amateur status. He valued his regular employment and personal principles over the allure of professional hockey. We haven't had this in a while, but we've profiled the number of players where it was kind of icky to be a professional at that time in a weird way.
You're sellout, right? Like,
Yeah,
yeah.
Hailing from Stratford, Ontario, Rankin was part of a family deeply involved in hockey. In 1907, 3 Rankin bros, Frank, Ramsey, and Reg, played pivotal roles in Stratford teams that won both the Junior and Senior Ontario Hockey Association Championships, a unique double victory in the association's history. Frank Rankin was selected to coach, of course, the Canadian team that represented the Gr8 in the Allen Cups, the first Winter Olympics ever held. And international teams had never seen anything like the fast-paced, aggressive Canadian style. When the team arrived in Chamonix, Rankin was furious. The outdoor rinks were soft and slushy, completely unsuitable for their serious training. Instead of risking injury or poor form, he told the team not to practice at all. And he was quoted by saying, "We don't need to practice to beat these teams. Just rest."
Yeah, who needs practice? What is he, Allen Iverson?
Now, despite not practicing, the Canadian team destroyed every opponent. Canada beat Czechoslovakia 30-0.
Oh my God.
And Sweden 22-0, and then Great Britain 19-2.
Ooh.
Great Britain did better than Czechoslovakia. How's that even possible?
I don't know. So Team Canada scored 110 goals and allowed only 3 over 6 games. Rankin's confidence in his team was validated. Canada was so dominant that European teams reportedly stopped trying to win and instead focused on not getting humiliated.
That's not fun, though. That's not fun. How is that fun?
Yeah.
It's not enjoyable.
Well, it sounds like from what I read that it was like a shock to the system. Like these European teams had never even seen this style of hockey. It was almost like a different game than they were playing.
It probably was. I mean, communication alone, the world got really small in the last 10, 15 years. Back then, the world was as big as the universe. How did you communicate? We're adding a red line. Oh, we'll tell them next year at the tournament.
Yeah.
Okay. Did they have telephones? I don't know.
Probably, but I don't know if they went overseas. So this undefeated lopsided gold medal win set the tone for Canada's reputation as an early hockey superpower. Rankin's coaching, cool under pressure, he was cool under pressure, protected his players, and showed confidence in their ability was a big reason why. Okay, the Frank Rankin. I said okay.
Okay.
What's the matter? Why you sad?
Okay.
Hate that. The Frank Rankin hobby market is another quick one, Phil. There's only one card. But a little wrinkle here. It's the 1983 Cardophilium set that I could find.
It's the weaker of them. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, despite your protests, I think all the sales are 99 cents of this card. So maybe 99.
I can't. You are unreachable. about this.
You have the same card letter subscription I do, and you can prove me wrong.
Okay.
How's your set going, by the way? Did you get started?
No, I don't even have one card yet, but I'm working on it.
He's
I'm like
looking
you
for
with
the
the
ones that
Parker
are
Stanley.
99 cents.
Right.
Yeah, well, as soon as I find the store where they're all 99 cents, I'll be going to buy them. But Josh hasn't. He's been keeping it close to the chest.
All right, that, boys, is your Hockey Hall of Famer, Frank Rankin.
What did
Good
do?
job. Good job, Josh.
Let's talk about the Stanley Cup Finals.
Okay.
Because we three are super geniuses, we've held live streams during both Stanley Cup Finals games.
And you want to
And
talk
I've
about
only
it?
been, as a result, I've only been able to see the overtimes for both games. Is that follow suit with you guys?
Yep. Saw the first overtime game, and then the second game, I was watching it sideways on my phone in bed, and last I saw was like 3 minutes left in the first overtime, and I fell asleep. So
I have a subscription to the internet, and I tried to watch the games, both games, the next day, and I put them on in the background. But you're not really paying attention, right? That's the problem. So I am a little disappointed that you keep scheduling events during the Stanley Cup Finals. It is kind of bothersome because I'm a big fan of the sport, and I can't really speak too much on the last two games.
You're right. I want to apologize to you.
Good.
When I chose the release date for the Cup, I should have known it was the Stanley Cup Finals. And then when you chose the release to do your show on Friday,
Lies. Throne of lies, Madigan. I picked Thursday. Thursday was the day Phil wanted it on because that was the when a lot of auctions end, and I thought it would be good. But no, Josh thought Friday nights with Phil had a nice ring to it.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, just because I'm not married doesn't mean I don't have date nights on Fridays either. But anyway, it's a
I'm not worried about that.
when they're like, "Oh, why can't you do anything on Friday?" And then I tell them they don't want to do anything ever again.
They don't want to date the host of Friday Nights with Phil.
Yeah, I know. Get out of here.
Wow. Well, the series has been awesome, and I'm of the mind that if you're complaining right now, then you're one of those people that just complains about anything. To have two games going to overtime, dramatic comebacks, huge goals by legendary figures
Epic
of the
goal.
sport.
That the McDavid goal was magic. Like that, he's infused. He's a witch. He's a warlock. It's crazy.
So I got a quick recap of the two games, and I found a bunch of fun facts, and then we'll look into the hobby update a little bit for each the key players. So game one featured the epic Edmonton comeback. They were down 3-1 at one point. Draisaitl eventually buried the winner in overtime on a beautiful pass from McDavid. It was Leon's third overtime winner this playoffs, which tied an NHL postseason record for one playoff season. Not only did McDavid set up the winner, but also the tying goal too. McDavid's been just brilliant during the playoffs. And then in game two, it was the 37-year-old rat, Brad Marchand, who is the hero in the second overtime. So we had a number of old guys where it's like the story of game two. First, you had Edmonton's Corey Perry tie the game with 18 seconds left in the third period. Then Marchand, of course, had the winner. Now, this was Marchand's fifth career playoffs overtime game-winning goal, which puts him now third all-time, only behind Joe Sakic and the Rocket Richard, who have more. He also scored a shorthanded goal earlier in the game. Bobrovsky was big in game two as well. Had 42 saves. And it's the first time since 2014, guys, where the first two Stanley Cup final games have gone into overtime.
This is true.
Really? Oh, that's interesting. I would have thought
Doesn't
more
happen
than that.
for a long time.
Interesting.
Now, for the Oilers franchise, it was their fourth Stanley Cup Finals overtime game, and the first time they've lost one. So there you go.
Wow.
Great. I mean, from what I heard in the background and what I've heard from other people, it's been quite an epic finals on the two games. Yeah, I mean, I caught I caught the overtime on the second game, and that was unbelievable. That outcome.
Oh, so much fun.
Yeah.
Connor McDavid leads all players this postseason in scoring with 31 points in 18 games. Just 6 goals, but 25 assists.
Right.
Incredible. Draisaitl is second with 29 points in 18 games, 10 goals, 19 assists. And then Evan Bouchard still leads all defensemen in postseason scoring, still above a point per game average. 21 points in 18 games with 7 goals and 14 assists.
Wild. Wild.
On the Florida side, Sam Bennett is their leading scorer this postseason. 19 points, 19 games played, which includes 13 goals, which is the most in the postseason by any player. And then Brad Marchand, the big trade, worked very well for them, is the team's second leading scorer this playoffs with 17 points in 19 games on 7 goals and 10 assists.
Yeah, Marchand. He's good player. I hate him on the ice, but
I love him.
I'd let him. Well, he's just a douche on the ice, but I'd let him babysit my kids. Is that weird?
No. No,
Yeah,
that's a good way of putting it. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it.
He's a great dude off the ice. He plays the game so fierce, and he's that guy that drives you nuts unless he's on your team.
He's ferocious.
Mhm.
He's got over. He doesn't have 500 goals yet total, does he? No, he's still short. So over 400 goals, under 500. Yeah, he's. I'd love to see him get to 500 goals. I would really put him on the map of all time. I mean, this solidifies a bit of his legendary status, right? The Panther. I don't even want to say it, but
was he maybe the most skilled agitator of all time? That'd be an interesting conversation to have, right?
of all time. Oh god, yeah, I can't off the top of my
But
head.
it depends how you define agitator. Like
A pest,
pest,
yeah,
a rat.
pest. A rat. I love rats. Rats are great. They're, I mean, not on the street, but the rodent itself is awesome.
Yeah, you have a giant one right behind you.
What? Oh no, he's downstairs. He's angry at me today.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's hard to imagine the series not going 7 games at this point, isn't it?
Yeah, they're all going to be close, man. I mean, Florida's not going to give it up. Edmonton has to take it from Florida. That's how I feel.
Like I said before, McDavid needs to put more in the net. I mean, yeah, great. 25 assists is 31 points.
I don't agree. See, what's the difference? If he sets it up, it's still going in. What if he didn't put the overtime? I know what you mean. He should be really popping them in. But if he's setting up that many assists, what's the difference? You know, that's how I see it anyways.
Fine.
It's hard to pick apart the Draisaitl's overtime winner in game 1. Did you guys go back and watch the replay?
I've watched that 15 times. That's the magic trick I can't figure out.
What was better, the pass or the shot? I think it's you think so?
I know so. I played hockey.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm not trying to be a jerk, but it's the pass. It's not the shot.
I thought it was an incredible shot. I mean, to bury it
Top-notch shot. Yeah, but Draisaitl can do that in his sleep. Not that McDavid can't, but no, that pass, beginning to end, that entire 45-second sequence, work of art.
All right, let's take a quick hobby market update for the kind of the key players in the finals. So we'll start with what?
A gander.
We'll start with McDavid, who of course the 2015-16 Young Guns PSA 10 pop 31.54, 44% gem rate. That sold for $2,994 US on June 7th. So of course we're getting Young Gun sales almost every day now for these guys.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of action on McDavid, up 21% in the past 2 weeks, up 43% in the past 3 months. This is interesting. So you look at his 52-week low at 1750, which of course seems like a steal right now. 52-week high, 32.92. So we're getting close to that point right now. And then I went back and I looked at the first 7 days of June and compared them to last month for each of these players. So the first 7 days of this month, McDavid, what?
I was going to say, what about the 5 days in May?
The first...
it's a Blue Rodeo album. Okay. Sorry, I was bad with my timing. Go ahead, Josh.
I wish I got it because I feel like it was probably, and I never get your references, but I feel like this one was.
No one's going to get that reference.
Okay. I'm sure somebody will surprise you. Okay, so for 7 days of June, he has 1,370 secondary market sales, 102 of those sales for more than $1,000 US.
Wow.
Now you compare that to the first 7 days of last month, 828 sales and 27 sales of more than 1,000. So the McDavid market is going crazy right now.
Yep. Welcome to the finals, baby.
There we go. Let's look at Draisaitl. So he's a 2014 Young Guns PSA 10 pop 1,071, 57% gem rate, last sold for $712 US. Up 5% in the past 2 weeks, up 14% in the past 3 months. So not as aggressive on the Young Guns as McDavid. 52-week low, $337 for a
I've been a
Young
great.
Guns PSA 10. Holy moly.
Wild.
52-week high, 811. So again, getting closer to the high than the low. Now, the first 7 days of this month, 486 sales, so about a third of the total sales of McDavid. 6 of those sales were for more than 1,000, but you compare that to last May or the first week of May, there's 333 total sales and 3 for more than 1,000. So we're seeing a big uptick in the Draisaitl market as well.
Yeah, like 2/3 of these sales are one guy. And you
Carter?
know who he is. Yeah.
Carter.
Yeah. It's hard driving that train, eh? I see him every time he sends a picture. His feet are kicked up, and it's like self-automated.
We have to announce that there's no more food at the Saskatchewan Card and Collector Experience because Carter's bought too many Draisaitl's.
Yeah. Don't say that. He's gonna be like, "Oh, people are gonna think you're serious." No,
We're kidding.
we're kidding. We're kidding. Maybe.
Last Oilers again. I got to do Evan Bouchard. He's got the second highest point per game average in NHL playoff history. He's a 20, and he's still rocking it this year. 2018-19 Young Guns, PSA 10 pop, 726, 55% gem rate. Last sold for just $78 on June 6th. Down 15% in the past 2 weeks. Apparently, people aren't impressed, but still up 44% in the past 3 months. 52-week low, 65 US. 52-week high, 92 US. Now, 91 secondary market sales in the first week of June, 0 at even 500 US. But on a relative scale, it's still a big increase over May. First week of May, he just had 37 secondary market sales. So,
are we supposed to believe he's 18 in this picture on his Young Guns card? It's kind of like a Hollywood high school movie,
38?
Right?
Yeah.
Where they're women, with the guys and the girls are like 28 to 32, but they're a senior in high school.
When Matthew McConaughey is a senior in high school and he's like 40.
Did you talk about Dazed and Confused? That was his first movie ever. Yeah. It's
All
great.
right. Let's now talk about the Panthers a little bit. Okay, I was thinking when I was trying to do this thought crossed my mind. I don't know the answer. Who's the biggest hobby player or star for Florida?
Pavel Bure of all time.
I mean, like right now.
Oh, right now?
Yeah. Like who do you say is like the guy on the Panthers?
Oh, well, he's not having the best playoffs, but I don't think they have one. Matt Tkachuk, I guess, but he's not.
Yeah, the Chuckster. That's what I was thinking too.
I guess so.
Probably.
They're all playing good, right? There's no one playing really bad. The whole team's playing good. Yeah. So when everyone's playing good, it's a very hard team to play against, right? Hockey's a team sport. Not that Edmonton's not rolling 4 lines, but they're not like Florida. You know.
So I picked what I thought were the 3 most likely candidates, and the first one was Tkachuk, who's a 2016-17 Young Guns. PSA 10 pop 1,515, 61% gem rate, less sold for $95. That's June 7th.
Yeah. It's weird.
Down 24% in the past 2 weeks, down 31% in the past 3 months. 52-week low 77. It's kind of close to that. 52-week high is 250.
250.
Yeah.
Holy crap. It's wild.
Now the first week. Oh, go ahead.
I would have expected the norm sale, like the last sale, would have been at least 200. Or am I way off?
So quiet though. Isn't he hurt again or something like that?
Yeah.
They're all hurt. Everybody's hurt in the finals.
I hear you. In the first week of June, there's been 241 Tkachuk secondary market sales, 0 of more than 500. And that compares to 199 sales from the first week of May. For the next guy, I had to go with Marchand, who's a 2009. God, that's how long he's been in the league. 10 Young Guns. PSA 10 pop just 208. 31% gem rate. Last sold for $500 in June 6th. Up 12% in the past 2 weeks. Up 46% in the past 3 months. The 52-week low was 323, and the 52-week high is 600. So he's about 20% off his 52-week high.
I don't think anyone's just going to start picking him up, right? Like,
yeah.
I don't think they're like, oh, I'm just going to start. I mean, yes, I'm sure there'll be some, but I think the people that own his high gloss Young Guns own them and aren't giving them up anytime soon, right?
Yeah, like who started a Brad Marchand PC this week? How many people do you think?
Not a lot. I don't think a lot at all, you know. And if it was maybe Calgary or, you know, Ottawa, when we got Cousins, 9 out of 10 people I know that collect cards in Ottawa all start buying Cousins cards. I don't think Florida has that type of fan base like us, a Canadian team or a Northern American team.
171 secondary market sales in the first week of June for Marchand. 3 were for 500 US or more. And you compare that to the first week of May, there was 104 secondary market sales. So I mean, it's a 70% increase, and 0 sales in May of more than 500 US. The last guy I thought worth mentioning on Florida is Sam Bennett, who's kind of been their star of the playoffs so far. He's the 2015-16 Young Guns. PSA 10 pop 162, 57% gem rate. That's all for 115 US on June 7th. Down 10% in the past 2 weeks, but up 130% in the past 3 months. This is like the tightest 52-week window I've seen, but because there's only been 3 sales. This is such a low pop card. So the 52-week low is 115 with this sale, and the 52-week high 128. 110 secondary market sales in the first week of June for Bennett. 0 were for more than 500 US. That compares to 58 secondary market sales in the first week of May, so it almost doubled.
He's UFA too at the end of this year, isn't he?
Yeah, I would love the Wild.
He's gonna what a weird player, right? I'm assuming he's gonna get paid. He's such a different player in the playoffs. It's wild. He's a completely different person. 2 years in a row now. So I guess he's got two playoff sample sizes to get his payday. See what happens. I hope he stays away. Stay away from him, my team. I don't want him on the Sens.
I think Calgary should learn to keep some of these players.
Buffalo, Calgary, same thing. My team's pretty bad with goalies. We just give everybody our great goalies. Yeah.
You would be mad if they acquired Sam Bennett in free agency?
I wouldn't be mad. It's just not what we need. Okay. We have Nick Cousins. We're fine.
And Tkachuk, right?
Yeah. Bennett's a pest. Kachuk's not a pest. He's a man who'll overpower you and eat you for breakfast.
Do you want to... Now, Game 3 is tonight, Phil. Should we announce the live stream, or do you want to watch the game?
No. I'm actually curling up in my bed. I won't shut my door. I just want to watch hockey in silence.
Is there going to be cake?
There'll be no cake. No, I'm getting my my birthday suit is in tip-top shape, and we're going to keep it that way for a while.
Oh. Yeah, you've been pretty cake and donut free for a few months now.
Yeah, I had no Henry bar 2 days ago, and that I felt pretty naughty. I'm not going to lie. Pretty naughty when I ate that. And I think that'll be the end of that for a bit.
Slab Sharks is a Gongshow partner and sponsor. We're grateful for their support of our show. The current Slab Sharks weekly eBay auction is live, ends this upcoming Thursday night. About 3,600 cards to bid on in this week's auction. A ton of big-time bangers, of course, too. Lots of Cup Monsters, Hobby Grail type cards. We're going to talk about that a little bit more in a minute. The three of us, like we always do, we're creatures of habit, nothing else. Gone through the auction, picked out a couple of our favorites to highlight. So here's our picks this week. I was first. First.
Always.
I know.
I waited to end so Phil could have free reign.
Oh, thanks, guys.
So cute. Well, I couldn't pass up the OV buyback from 24-25 extended. It's card 1 out of 8. It's not the grade 8 out of 8. But what a coup for Slab Sharks to get pulled and almost instantly listed in their auction. Pretty amazing card. Have you guys checked the bid? Last time I saw it was like 22,500.
Yeah. I saw it at 22 a few hours ago.
Holy moly. Wild. Does that surprise you?
Yes and no. I don't see it going over 30. I mean, maybe it's the first one. This is all not real money to me, right?
like Monopoly money?
Yeah, it's just like, okay, so you get this card. I find it kind of funny how they didn't encapsulate it in that UDA. Not that anyone wants to go risk an OV rookie card that's a little dinged up, but that's not the hardest auto to try and practice. You know what I mean? Is there a hologram on the back?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I didn't know that. So
it's got like the big buyback. It's got the additional card with the hologram.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Mm-hmm. I haven't seen the back of these cards yet, and I'm like, that's good that they have that.
It's 54 bids in, and as we record this show, with 4 days left to go, it's at 23.8.
Okay.
Gone up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Been a lot of chatter out there about this card, as you might expect. And if you saw the title of the episode, it's kind of got me thinking, because you hear the term hobby grail out there with this.
I don't think this is a hobby grail.
Well,
I
that's
really
kind of my
don't.
question. What is a hobby grail?
Not this. We know what this is, but it doesn't indicate in 15 years, someone walks into the expo with this card. Is everybody going to know instantly what it is? No. Nobody's going to know.
I intellectually I agree with you in that statement. I really do, but I feel like the way everyone else is talking about this card, like there's bounties and people. We saw Johnny Amendola who really wants him badly, and I feel like that there's a certain, call it like the Bedard hype thing, right? It's like,
Yeah.
how do you explain it? But it's like there's just this weird momentum around this card.
I think, you want to know? I think if Upper Deck created a card out of 8 and it specifically was designed for him breaking the record and he signed it and inscribed it, there's your iconic card. That's your iconic card. This, I'm going to use the same scenario. You walk into a card store in 15 years. Is the card owner going to know exactly what this is right away? I mean, he should, but there's a strong possibility he won't, right? Like, well, has this been graded from PSA or authenticated? Or like, you're going to have to get this authenticated immediately.
Yeah.
Even I would. I don't do slabs. I would immediately get this authenticated. Right?
Yeah.
So,
well,
I mean,
let me ask you this. You open a box of extended and pull one of these cards. You keeping it or selling it?
No, sold immediately.
Really?
Yeah. Not in a heart. I wouldn't even cross my mind.
Baba Louie?
Never keep
selling it.
Yeah. I would sell this card for like $5,000 and I would take the money.
What?
Well, it just doesn't mean, like, obviously I wouldn't, because it's worth more, but I'm saying,
you sell it to me for $5,000, please?
I wouldn't, this wouldn't make my collection bigger and stronger in my mind. I'm much happier with my Wayne Gretzky, my Brady Tkachuk high gloss.
What about the Gr8 out of 8? Would that change anything for you?
Yeah, it's a little more unique and has more character to it. I still wouldn't keep it. I would sell it in a heartbeat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just think they would have gone. I love what they did. Don't get me wrong. And I still think they will and should make a unique card based on that. But, maybe with a picture of the game, that'd be kind of cool. That would be iconic. Getting his Young Gun card and getting him to sign 1 out of 8. Okay. What's this card mean? This is when he broke the record. Well, how do you know that? Well, that's when they did it. Okay. Like, it's just his autograph.
And again, we're debating on a scale of hobby icon, icon, right? And it's like, for in a box of extended, this is an amazing card, and it's a huge win for Upper Deck and the hobby, but the question, it was more about the hobby grail thing. And I don't even know how you define that. Is it kind of like the term GOAT, where everyone just seems to throw it around for their own personal definition, but there's not a universally accepted definition of what it is?
I'm working on the definition because I bought a website for Hockey Card Hall of Fame. So I'm working on it. I'm trying to incorporate it into the Friday Nights with Phil to get the chat's feedback. So we should continue this discussion and keep it going, because I don't know what. So what, you got your Bobby Orr rookie, your Gretzky, your 51 Parkies. Is Guy Lafleur rookie card a GOAT card? I don't know. I think that's up for debate. It's kind of in an ugly set.
Yeah.
Marilyn Mew rookie card. Is that a GOAT card? I mean, I'm going to go ahead and say yes, but I think there's a lot of arguments to say no, it's not.
I've thought about this a lot last few days, and I think this is how I feel about it. And maybe you guys can help me out, but I think hobby grail is a relative term to every person in their collection. That to me, it means a card that, like, for me, like 2012 Gretzky Essential Credentials. I can't remember the future, the one that's low numbered, right? I mean, it's not like $1 million card. It goes for like $25,000. If I got that card, to me, that would be a hobby grail, because that's a better card than I ever imagined I would ever have in my collection, and it's a card I would never ever sell as long as I love to collect hockey cards, and it would be the cherry on top of the sundae that is my PC. And I think that it's differently defined for every person. Some person who's really rich may scoff at a $20,000 card and think it's like a base card.
Yeah, but what is Grail? Like, what is a Grail? Eagerly pursued? Is that a definition? I don't know what the definition of Grail is, but like universally pursued or
What, Louis?
Something heavily pursued, something that's really sought after.
Yeah.
Would be a Grail, but I think that's still.
well, then you have to say my Grail. You have
That's
to add ownership in the sentence.
Yeah.
This card is super BA, don't get me wrong, but it's not like I gotta have it. This would totally be the Grail of my collection. No.
Or maybe another way to look at like a Grail, how we each look at it is now that we have like these fund your card, even Slab Sharks does it, right? These like fund your card type services where you look at a card, it's like, would I cash in my collection in order to get this?
No, I wouldn't let you.
No.
I wouldn't let you. I've said my piece.
I know. But I was talking not about this card specifically, but just more in general as we define what a hobby Grail
Pavel
is.
Bure's rookie card to me is a Grail card. It's also a staple card.
Yeah.
You know, it's heavily pursued. I mean, it's abundant, but to me, that's a Grail card.
See, I would call it a staple. I think that's a better definition for that.
Okay, yeah, maybe staple's better. I don't know. It's or a Grail card could be easily attained, but it is hugely pursued. I don't know. I'm not smart enough for this conversation.
Clearly.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding, buddy. You know I love you.
Wait, what'd you say? What'd you say?
Nothing. I said, Phil, you're a genius. And
Yeah. All right. So Josh,
Okay,
hold on. You really like this card, eh? Like you really
I love
want
this card. Yeah, I'm kind of in the camp. I wouldn't cash in my collection, but I think it's going to have legs, and I only say that because that's just the vibe. And
I don't
become
I
more
don't
and more
think
and
it
more
has
aware
legs.
of how hype drives everything, and this card has hype. And again, it doesn't mean that like technically it can be inferior to other cards, but hype is what matters the most.
You know what's going to happen? A better card's going to come out, and everyone's going to forget about this. A
Maybe.
better card's going to come out that's going to exemplify his feat, and this is going to be forgotten.
Is FEAT or FEET?
FEAT.
Okay. Thank you. Regardless, it's a crazy big card, and congratulations to Slab Sharks to have it pulled and instantly listed is cool.
Mhm.
And I can't wait to see how last question for you guys. At what final bid price could this go for that would like knock you out of your chair where you just wouldn't believe it?
23,000. What it's at right now.
Well, I expected that grade A to 8 to be at around this, but maybe American. So
Yeah, if this hits 50, I'm floored.
yeah.
Absolutely. Like 40, I'm still like whatever, but 50, that's you 50
Yeah.
I'd question my reality around me a little.
Oh,
It's still the only one I've seen.
I know it might go there. We'll find out Thursday. When does it finish? I hope it's before 9:30.
Yeah. Louis is praying it finishes at 1 a.m. our time.
Yeah.
oh, whatever. It's totally cool. So it's at like 17.3 US.
Well, don't we know the freaking owner? Can't we tell him like, yo, man, pump it up a couple hours? We want to talk about it.
I don't think you can change the auction once it fits. Yeah. Okay, so that's a long time in that. Amazing card. The second one, I don't know how you go from this one, but the second one I picked is a 2019-20 clear-cut Wayne Gretzky UD Canvas red ink auto out of 99 PSA 10. I just love the photo of Wayne. He looks like chill and happy. And
He's so
the red
happy.
ink,
Yeah. Still got
it-
his youthful innocence there.
yeah, kind of like wavy curly hair deal. And so I just
It looks like his mom is taking the picture. Smile, Wayne. Okay, mom.
Wayne.
Louis, what are your favorites?
Well, a couple cards that I like in here. First one is my favorite year of O-Pee-Chee. Hands down. 2015 O-Pee-Chee update, red rookie, BGS 9, Connor McDavid. Simply sweet card, love it. I would love.
These go for a lot. I assume they do.
I don't even know what this one was at, to be 100% honest with you. Just for the first time, maybe I probably can't afford this, but usually I pick crap I can't afford. I have no idea what. Let's look.
$202 right now.
Is
Canadian.
that? Okay.
Yeah. I
Hey,
would buy it for that.
I'm in. But yep, favorite year of O-Pee-Chee. So it just stood out to me. So I figured, we'll put that one in there and boost her up a little bit. Second one, got to go with the Faber. Love O-Pee-Chee Platinum, and I like the Cosmics. And this one happened to have a rookie auto on it, out of 35. So sweet.
You know what? Brock Faber, Buick LeSabre. I had a Regal. I had a Buick Regal for a couple of years. That was fun.
That's about the nicest O-Pee-Chee Platinum auto I've seen, where the auto doesn't drive me crazy on the card.
Yeah, I'm up. It's a non-auto type of set.
It is, but that one works.
Yeah,
It does.
I think so.
I'll give it that. So yeah, those are my two choices.
Awesome.
Philip.
Hello. All right. So I picked a 2018 Ovechkin Fanimation card. Not much to say about this other than it is amazing. So this is, in my opinion, Fanimation's best year, 2018-2019, which is also their first year for Upper Deck. I got the McDavid. I got the Kachuk. I got all the Gretzky Fanimations. I just need this one and a Crosby. Yeah, so stay away from this. I will be keeping track of names of people who are bidding on this, and I will find you, and nothing will happen, but just don't do it.
You'll never win on Friday Nights with Phil, right?
So current bid is $400 and change in Beaver dollars. I'm almost out of my price range already. So anyway, my next card. Oh yeah. Okay. So it's what you're listening to, good listener, is a 2023 Upper Deck clear cut Connor McDavid canvas signature red ink auto out of 97. I love this card, the red ink with the orange jerseys and the blue jerseys. It is an incredible card. So this is a point of entry for any of you Connor McDavid fans out there that don't have an auto for him. And I'll tell you why this is a fantastic evening for your point of entry. There are 5 of them.
7.
5 of them.
9.
7.
9.
More?
What?
There's
There's
9.
5.
9.
9.
Yep, there's 9.
Oh my God. Okay. Well, that's that's crazier. So they're all slabbed. They're all different grades. Yeah, the autos are graded on some of them. Some of them are not. I mean, I didn't see the other 4 Louis and Josh saw, but so listen, this is your moment, good listener. Okay. Make this an exercise. Take the time, take the focus, and analyze these cards in the safety and the quietness of your home. If you got little jerks running around, close your office door, tell them to be quiet. Analyze every one of these cards and practice, learn this exercise. Find what parts of the card you like that are good for you. This way you can educate yourself, and you don't need grading companies all the time to do the work for you. You can do it yourself. And if there's 9 of these cards, find the one that speaks to you. There's got to be a couple. Anyway, so I guess a savvy dealer could come in and swoop by all of these and do their thing, but you're going to get one of these at a pretty good price, I would think, if there's 9 of them on one evening, which is wild. So the highest bid I found was $302 in Beaver bucks, and the lowest one I found today was for $100. So we got 3 days left. Keep your eyes on it. It's a very nice card, and like I said, it's a point of entry for your McDavid auto.
Good job.
All right.
The reason why so many Canadian and U.S. hockey card collectors are choosing to consign their cards to Slab Sharks is they make it super easy to sell your cards on eBay. They basically do all the work. Also, your cards get included in the biggest weekly hockey auction and listed on ebay.ca, which is where you want your cards if you're selling hockey cards. I'm going to be honest. Now, while they're listed on ebay.ca, they're available, of course, to anyone around the world that collects hockey cards. A fun fact for you guys. Slab Sharks is the biggest seller of anyone on eBay Canada, and I'm not just talking about cards. Anyone.
Wild. Yeah, anything.
Plus, through the Gongshow partnership with Slab Sharks, American hockey card collectors can now easily submit their cards to the biggest and bestest hockey auction there is while shipping to our U.S. mailing address. Again, Slab Sharks, making it simple. Holy moly, did we get a sweet box
Yeah.
the other day. Very, very excited. In about a week or so to next one in the auction, probably the auction after. There's some monster cards coming from the US of A into Slab Sharks.
Texas was one of them. One of the biggest card from Texas.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's wild. Crazy.
So for complete consignment info, head to slabsharks.com. Louis, what do you got?
I said exciting.
Oh, thanks. Or if you are a U.S. collector and want to try listing your cards in the Slab Sharks auction, there's a link in the show description that takes you right to the simple registration and submission form. Hobby news!
Hobby news.
News from the hobby.
Very melodic there, Phil.
Mm.
I saw this article on...
Yeah, that one.
Hot toy. You spitting there? What are you doing?
So a pair of game-used Wayne Gretzky gloves from the 1998 Stanley Cup Finals are up for auction right now at Sotheby's. These gloves are from what would be Gretzky's final game as an Edmonton Oiler as they won the Stanley Cup. Now, this pair of gloves had previously sold in 2022 for how much do you think, Phil?
$8,000.
$204,000 US.
Okay.
They're expected to haul in between $400,000 and $600,000 US in this current auction.
You think they're smelly?
Why not?
Wow. Does Sotheby's like use air freshener, or does that like taint it, make it not authentic anymore?
Yeah, I probably wouldn't clean it. I wouldn't Febreze any. I'd put a bounty sheet in it. That's what I would do.
Would you want Wayne's stank on there?
Ew, no, I don't want any dude stank on it.
During the 1998 playoffs run, Gretzky was pretty average, only scoring 43 points in 19 games.
Weak.
Now, the jersey from his final Oilers game, same games he wore these gloves, apparently sold for $715,000 US in 2023. So what do we think about $400,000 for stinky used gloves?
I think they should be in the Hockey Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
I'd have cut them up and put them in cards.
Better charge a lot for those boxes.
Yeah. President's choice. He would have cut them up even smaller. You would get a big paper cutter, cutting them into little cubes.
I think it's cool.
I feel like with all these memorabilia numbers that we're reporting on our show, that is the memorabilia market ahead of the card market at this point. These are going for crazy amounts of money.
Hockey jerseys have always been a little gimmicky to me. And a COVID boom, just people were all about the jerseys, and I was just watching from a distance, like, oh man, you're all gonna fall flat on. And they did. Every expo, every jersey I saw before the expo is $100 less every time. Sure. You can buy Brady Tkachuk autographed jersey for like $110 at every expo. You know, different CEOs or COAs and all that. Wait, no, that's cash on delivery, COD. I don't know.
Okay.
Oh, Bill.
So you're out. You're not gonna.
No, I'm not interested. No.
Okay. You have a lot of money, so just wondering.
Yeah, loaded. Yeah.
Next story. After the whole kerfuffle with Jake Ottinger, Dallas's Pete DeBoer got fired.
Yeah.
So he's out. He pulled Ottinger in Game 5 in their series against the Oilers after Ottinger let in 2 goals and 2 shots, and then seemingly proceeded to throw their attendee under the bus after the game, pretty much blaming him for the loss. So the team fired him after DeBoer leading the Stars to back-to-back Western Conference final appearances. And apparently what it came down to is many of these Stars players did not like the way DeBoer handled the whole situation and voiced that to GM Jim Nill and ownership during their exit interviews after the season had concluded. So if you didn't see them, here were basically the quotes that led to the demise of Pete DeBoer in Dallas.
Yeah, I don't know what he said.
He said,
explain me.
When talking about the game, he said, we had talked endlessly in this series about trying to play with the lead. And obviously, you're in a 2-0 hole right away. And you know what? I didn't take that lightly. And I didn't blame it all on Jake. But, there's always a but. The reality is, if you go back to last year's playoffs, he's lost 6 of 7 games to Edmonton. And we gave up 2 shots and 2 goals in an elimination game. It was partly to spark our team and wake them up, and partly knowing that the status quo had not been working, and that's a pretty big sample size.
Whoa. Yeah, see you, bud.
Well,
Yeah.
their franchise goalie's locked up for 7 more years or something like that.
And he's
or
a
8 more
good
years.
goalie, man. He's a great goalie.
Mhm.
Like, yeah. Anyway, I don't know if I'd fire him for that, but it's not good.
It sounds like, the reports were clear to say that Ottinger was pretty Switzerland on the whole deal with the team management. He said he was definitely embarrassed by the pull. And the other part of this too is the way it went down. Like if you go, I think they called the timeout and he didn't notify Ottinger right away. And then Ottinger, after the timeout, was skated halfway back to the net, and then he screamed at him to get off the ice at that point. So he kind of let him go for the whole timeout, get halfway back to the net, and then called him off the ice at that point.
Yeah, that's not you gotta have a little bit more professionalism, a little more emotional maturity. I mean, I'm saying that you're in the conference finals of the Stanley Cup. What am I to say to keep your cool? But
so now looking at the Star, or you got a comment?
No, I just think that whole thing is terrible.
Kind of an interesting situation from the Stars, and even looking at it through the lens of the hobby is, well, they traded Stankoven for Rankin and then re-signed him. Now they've removed their coach, and then the other news out of Dallas is seemed to be a lot of smoke around trading J-Rob this summer to Phil's Ottawa Senators.
No,
everyone's going to Ottawa.
There's no J-Rob's not getting shopped around. That was just they're not shopping. No, so? No. It's just idiot reporting again.
I am so happy to talk about this next story. It's very Gongshow related. So
what is it?
You have to be kind of an OG listener of our show. So again, this is for the OG Gongshow supporters.
Oh my God, what are you doing? You can't put drink. Yeah. What is this? Okay.
So what we're showing on YouTube is from the 23-24 the Cup that just came out. This was just pulled the other day. It's a 9-way signature booklet from the Cup, and it features many amazing Cup-winning legendary defensemen like Bobby Orr.
Yeah, why is Kucherov?
Well, okay, just wait. Chris Chelios, Larry Robinson, Al McInnes, Cale Makar, Chris Letang, and Brian Leach. The who's who of NHL Cup-winning defensemen. But to Phil's point, I've mentioned 8 players so far. So now, time back in our show, if you had listened, because we were not on YouTube, episode 2 or 3, I don't remember which one it was, of the Gong Show, Troy Bear, as Phil likes to call him, we were doing, it was in May or early June of 2022, we were predicting who we thought was going to win the NHL awards, and we were doing our Norris Trophy predictions. And Troy very famously picked Nikita Kucherov to win the Norris Trophy, which is a little weird since he doesn't play defense. So how do we have this 9-way signature booklet with 8 amazing defensemen and Nikita Kucherov on the card?
I think Billy felt bad for Troy. That's the only thing I can say.
It's the only thing that makes sense, doesn't it?
What? It makes no sense.
No.
Like, is Troy happy? Troy's probably happy right now.
One of the greatest moments of my life this morning was when I called Troy and showed this to him. I think he's like bound and determined to buy this card now. So if you own it or know of one, send it to me and I'll send it to Troy. And so, he was
to Troy's defense, when I was listening, I laughed, but I assumed he meant Sergachev. That's what I think Troy meant to say, because I've made that mistake, not with Byfield and another player. I mean, I always screw up Byfield being a defenseman, but I confuse him with somebody else. I think Troy confused Kucherov with Sergachev. My best guess.
Yeah,
really funny.
He caught it at the end of the show. We just made fun of him for a year about it, and it's because it was one of like the early.
It's 3 years now.
Yeah, 3 years. Early running jokes of the Gong Show, right? So, and I don't want to be like pompous about it and presumptuous, but is there any other reasonable explanation for this card?
Hmm.
I don't know. We have to ask Billy, I guess. I mean,
Well,
I,
did
I don't.
did they send Troy out to get a booklet with, or what 9 defensemen would you have put on here, Troy? Did he get a phone call? And I think Troy's in on this. I think him and Billy.
Oh, you think he's in cahoots with Upper Deck on it?
Mm-hmm.
What if Troy is a mole for Upper Deck?
Yeah.
Mm.
And he's just
Yeah.
watching us from a distance?
So
I don't know. This card is definitely peculiar. I don't. There's got to be some other connection. Blue and red uniforms. I don't know.
Yeah, the Bruins, they're very blue and very red, of course.
Blue.
All right. Well, I don't hear
All
you
right.
giving any other suggestions.
I just
What
love this. This made my day. Time to get back to some hidden gems. Ready for hidden gems? Ooh. So another installment of what's become a popular segment on our show. It's where I try to find maybe some lesser known or maybe forgotten cards that are cool, rare, special, and or maybe cheap too. Sometimes cheap, sometimes not. And basically throw them out there. And maybe you, the good listener, can find something new to chase. Maybe you've heard of them. Maybe you already know, but lots of people with varying experience in this hobby.
Mm-hmm.
And even I found too that sometimes people are in the hobby very intently for 10 years, but they've only focused on one lane and are completely oblivious about other genres within the hobby.
That's exciting, though. I love. I've
Yeah.
been a team player collector most of my life, and just only the last couple of years I've deviated outside, so it's fun.
So to this point, I think this is the third hidden gems, and I've focused on like different sets before, and I'm gonna mix it up a little bit today. There will be a couple sets here that I will talk about, but I'm also gonna mix in maybe there's just like a card that, like one card in particular from a set that I think is a hidden gem, or a parallel or something. Maybe some sets are parallels that certain people, like if you're a 90s collector, that you're going to know for sure, but if you're not too familiar with the 90s, could be totally new to you. So want to try to kind of cover all our angles here in this segment because people do like it so much. So let's roll into this month's hidden gems. So the first one I picked is from 2016-17 Upper Deck Series 1, Clear Cut Superstars. Are you familiar with these, Phil?
No, not particularly. I'm not.
Oh, these are cool, dude.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan. So this is an insert that had 1 in 360 pack odds to hit any of the 32 players on the checklist. Now, while 1 in 320 is not super rare, go back to the 32 players. If you're targeting a specific guy like Ovi here, they're in 1 in 10,240 packs. So that's pretty rare. And the cards look amazing. They're almost I've never seen one in hand. I've bought a few, as you'll find out.
Can I ask a dumb
Soon.
question? Is it a clear-cut card?
It's a clear-cut card, but it's got rainbow foiling on it too.
Okay. Oh, wow.
Yeah. Well, look at the rainbow kind of vibe there. And there's tons of big names on the checklist. So I just talked about there's Ovechkin. There's a Connor McDavid, which is the next photo. A Carey Price, Henrik Lundqvist, a Johnny Hockey, Johnny Gaudreau, Jaromir Jagr is on the checklist as well. Sidney Crosby, a beautiful looking one, and then Patrick Kane. So I went out and picked up again individual player, 1 in 10,000. It has an acetate card that has rainbow foiling. I picked up 3 Ovies for between 20 and 25 bucks each.
Oh, wow.
Oh, you didn't just buy one?
No, because I'm like, this is such a good deal, and screw it, I'm gonna buy all 3. I pulled a Phil. I was like, you proud of me, Dan?
Can I am proud of you. Can I shamelessly plug my video?
Yeah.
Sure. So my video, I got my COM-C box back, and there's many also hidden gems. So if you like this segment,
Oh yeah,
check out my video, because there's a lot of cards in there I bet you haven't seen, and especially for you, Mr. Madigan. So you put aside that second Ovechkin, and I'll put aside my second Gretzky, and then maybe we'll trade.
Maybe
Yeah,
we'll
watch the video. It's perfect now. People think we planned it that way.
maybe we'll dance with the devil in the pale moonlight.
You did get a good deal on that, considering what they want for a flipping Crosby.
Yeah, I like your
David-
Batman reference, by the way.
Yeah,
I don't really know
McDavid,
what it means. I just like the way
I
it
don't
sounds.
either. Yeah.
No, that's what he says. Ugh.
Yeah, I know.
Sure you
That's what
do.
I get. Believe me. The McDavie typically sells for the most. I think like most sales are around the $120 to $140 US range. There's I'll just say it, and maybe Phil or Louis will buy it before anyone else can because they know before everyone else. It came down to I was gonna go back. There's a Crosby for 48 US on ComC.
Mm-hmm.
But I could have got that or 2 more OVs, and Phil's rubbing off at me. I got greedy and I went for the double OV.
There you go.
Okay.
There you go.
So it looks like
Stanza.
there are 15-16s also.
Yeah, I don't like the design as much though.
I don't either. These are killer.
These are very, very cool.
You're looking at them now, Louis? How do you guys do that? I can't do other things and talk to you.
Ideally, Louis is producing the show, but this is how much of a card addict he is. It's like squirrel.
eBaying while we're doing the show. How do you do that?
I do many things at once.
Man of many skills.
Not this.
Okay. So the next one is kind of I tease sort of the one card deal, but this card is so kind of amazing and epic. I just couldn't resist. So it's from 2018-19 Upper Deck Series 1. And it's the Day with the Cup set, which is in every Series 1, and we're all kind of used to it. It's many times it's been an Easter egg with unannounced odds. But what's unique about this set is features one very awesome card in particular, and it's the Ovi Day with the Cup card.
Is this PG-13 or NC-17?
I don't know. It's a very interesting photo of Ovi doing something with you can show it now, Louis, with the cup and a twin bed.
That's awesome. Good for him. He's got a lot of money now, though. He can buy a bigger bed than a single.
It's like the bed at grandma's house. Like, look at the bed frame.
Yeah, that's in Russia. That's 100% in Russia for sure. That's at grandma's house.
Mm-hmm.
His little babushka.
I know nothing will ever beat the Phil Kessel hot dogs Day with the Cup, but this one might be my second favorite now of all time, just because
Ovechkin's lying in bed with the Stanley Cup on the card for the good listener.
Yes, and a twin bed.
We're terrible for the good listener. We're terrible.
Yeah.
Headboard and a footboard and some sexy wall.
Yeah, Louis adding some color and detail there. Yeah.
There we go. There are 13 total or 14 total players on the checklist, so 13 other Capitals, and they usually split these up between Series 1 and Series 2. I think Chandler Stevenson was probably the second biggest name in Series 1. And whatever he's doing in bed to the cup aside, it's also not too expensive of a card. So the most recent purchases raw, you could get it for about 120 to 140 US. Here's the interesting thing. We're not like the flipper, like Sylvan card dealer type people, but if you have this like grade at PSA 10, it's like a 10 to 12x multiplier.
Wow.
So they go for 1,200 to
Mm-hmm.
$1,500. So that might be, if you find one raw and it's in good shape and they want 100 or $200 for it, might be something to look at, even if you don't want to keep it for your PC. It's also a very rare card though, so I wouldn't count on it. The pack odds to hit any of the 14 players in Day with the Cup in 2018 Series 1 is 1 in 2,000. So if you do the math, an Ovi is 1 in 28,000 packs.
Very rare.
Very tough. So I had to throw this one in there. Okay, here's another set that I got really excited about, and I bought some. Because these are, again, there's a sneaky rare variation of these. The third hidden gem I picked this month is from 2010-11 O-Pee-Chee, and it's the In Action Short Prints. Now, at first glance, these might look like kind of the normal common insert you see in like a flagship product or O-Pee-Chee. And most of the cards in the set fit that bill with 1 in 72 pack odds. Of the 40 cards, though, the final 10 are short printed. And they have pack odds of 1 in 720, which is kind of where it got interesting to me. The other thing that I learned about this set and trying to find a bunch of photos from the checklist site is most of the photos of these cards that you see look like this. They look a little bit dull, but you can kind of tell there's like a blue aspect to it where you can see where it's rainbow. And we'll have a couple examples of like what the card really looks like, and there's no comparison. This card, is completely rainbow foiled and looks amazing in the right light. So with the 10 cards on the checklist at 1 in 720 pack odds, that means one of the to hit any of those individual players that you might be hunting is 1 in 7,200 packs. So again, the odds are getting interesting, and they're cheap. I picked up 2 for $15 each US of these short prints.
I love how you buy all the cards, then you tell us about them.
Yeah.
Well, there's got to be some benefit to doing the work, right? So
Yeah, fair enough.
checklist of 10 names are pretty loaded too. So there's Rick Nash, Ryan Miller, Jonathan Taves is on there. There's again, now this is another one of the bad pictures. Henrik Sedin, Phil's favorite, and then Steven Stamkos, Patty Kane is the next one
On there.
Okay, it's on there now. Marion Gabrick, Louise Martin Brodeur is another one, and then the 2 that I picked up, I got for both 15. I got the Ovechkin, and I think the Crosby one shows the rainbow. There we go. Look at that.
Beauty. Very nice card.
Again,
It's almost like it's a hidden gem.
Yeah. There you go. Funny. Weird. So again, 1 in 7,200 packs for inaction short prints in 2010-11 O-Pee-Chee. Were you familiar with these cards, Phil?
No, I'd like to say, I think I knew about them. I'm going to go ahead and say no. I was not privy to the existence of the inaction cards until you mentioned it to me, and then I bought all the ones I wanted.
We should be clear too that because it's a hidden gem, it doesn't mean it's going to make you rich. It's part of what makes a card or a set a hidden gem is nobody knows about it, and that's one of the core ingredients to a card being valuable is everyone has to know how valuable it is. So.
Nothing's better. Not when I'm not selling my cards. Nothing's better than a seasoned collector going, "Oh my God, what is that? I've never seen that." Yeah. Nothing is better than that. It's amazing because it happens to me and it happens to everybody. But once in a while, you just didn't know a card existed, and that's when the magic happens, right?
We do 4 hidden gems every month, and the fourth one this month, Phil's gonna get all poopy faced at me. So just hold on a minute and hear my explanation before.
So don't talk.
Parallel. No, you can talk, but
okay.
It's a parallel, and it's the Zenith Z Gold base parallel out of 100 from 1997-98 Pinnacle. Here's where I know the poopy face is coming.
Okay.
A certain segment of season collectors know exactly what this card is, and it's very well known for 90s people, right, Phil? Yeah.
I would think so, yeah.
Would California Dave have any clue what this card is?
No, nor would he care because he's disrespectful to the 90s.
Yeah. Well, and that's the reason why I want to start picking some of this stuff is, again, I see the eye rolls if you're a big 90s guy, right? But a lot of
Josh
people
didn't even know about Zenith Z Gold. You're like, I can't win. I can't win.
I know. You can think I'm dumb. Everyone does it. Everyone else does it anyways. But I like I said, I think it's worth mentioning. So again, the Z Gold is a parallel of the base set, which in 1997, Pinnacle Zenith was broken down into 3 components. There's base veterans with 80 cards, rookies with 14 cards, and then 16 Canada cards. So 100 total cards in the base set. Not only do the cards look awesome, but again, they're numbered to 100, which for the 90s, most of the very first numbered cards were numbered out of like 24,000.
Right.
Yeah.
So this is like when the numbering the S started to get real when it came to rarity and numbering. Now, normally we look at sets like these and we think of, like who are the big rookies? And there are a couple decent to, good rookies for the Z Golds. You got Patrick Elias, Patrick Marleau, and Joe Thornton. But really, where this gets fun is in the base set, because there's one of these cards for 36 different Hall of Fame players.
Oh.
I know that because when you're on the base set, all you do is search HOF on hockeychecklist.com and they all populate there. Now, an important note, though, is I said, sometimes these are cheap, sometimes they're not. These are not cheap. 90s collectors know exactly what they are, and they are, hobby grail, right?
Yeah, we have adult money now, right? Like, I'm an adult. I have a job, and I have money.
They go for a lot of money.
Yeah.
because again, they're very rare and they do not sell very often, which is another component of what makes cards valuable. So the Gretzky we're looking at, not the greatest photo of the card. Last sold in February of 2024 for $1,525 US.
Holy crap! 1,500.
Yeah.
Sweet mother of baby Jesus. That is insane.
I'm not going to list all 36 Hall of Famers, but it does include like Yzerman, Eric Lindros, Patrick Roy, where this SGC 8 sold for $385 US in October 2023. If we ever make it, if we can get Al Pacino on to say Patrick Roy, and we could use that as a soundbite for the rest of my life, that would be
He
amazing.
needs money, man. He just had a baby. That guy's changing diapers now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
What?
Another terrible photo. Like, whoever sold this card, if you could have you could not have made it look more dull and boring.
Just off the brightness a bit,
There's Dominic Hasek, a Brodeur again for Baba Louie, a Sergei Fedorov, Timu, which last sold raw for $440 US in March. Brett Hull, Joe Sakic, raw copy sold for $700 US in August of 2024.
You see Silani's face there? That picture was taken right after Stevens hit Korea.
Ooh, really? And Pavel Bure for the big Bure market people. I don't think there's been one decent picture of this card either.
I know, except the Gretzky's. Oh, that's okay.
the best out of this group.
PSA 8 sold for $730 this February. There's a Madonna for you too, Baba Louie, to name a few. So I know you know about them, Phil, but are you a fan of the Z Golds, or where do you put these?
I do like them. I know their significance. I know they're a big deal. I don't it doesn't have, like, I like Burry in his old Canucks jersey. I like Wayne in his Oilers.
Yeah.
I'm not a big Timu guy. I am a big Patrick Waugh guy, but he has got to be in the Habs uni. So they're great cards. There's just not enough players that I'd want in them. I don't even know if I have my Alfredson in that. I don't even know if I do.
Oh, okay. What about you, Baba Louie? Are you a fan of the Z Gold?
Yeah, because it's the one that's eluding me right now is the Madonna. I got the base and the silver, but the gold is handy.
It is. So of the 4 hidden gems, which one personally stood out to you guys the most?
Louis, what do you think?
The stood out to me probably these O-Pee-Chee inactions that I knew nothing.
Oh, really? Yeah, I'm clear cut for sure. Superstars, yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I looked at the inactions. I know what you mean. I know the rainbow foil is bright, but the rainbow foil it does always have a little bit of a flat matte to it. It just, like, my Gretzky rainbow is amazing. It's beautiful. I wish it was a little bit shinier, You
guys out there, and the good listener and the good watcher, let us know what you think in the comments. If you're a big fan of any of these cards, or maybe if you picked up any as a result of our little show and tell. New product releases brought to you by our friends and partners at Mint Inc. Mint Inc. is the spot in Greater Toronto area to get all your hobby needs met. They have it all at their flagship Vaughan location. From fresh new hobby boxes, singles galore, grading services, consignment, breaks after dark, you can do it all there. And if you're not in the GTA, everything's available at mintinc.ca, including hobby boxes. Mint Inc. can ship to their newest releases anywhere in Canada. And of course, not only is Mint Inc. a fantastic hobby shop, they've really created an event center within their shop, which they host tons of trade nights, other events, and here comes Rip Party 2, I guess, detail number 1. So Mint Inc. will be the official host for Rip Party 2 this fall. And there's a bit of a story here and an explanation that goes along with it. So our intention was forever and always to have Rip Party at Chateau Gongshow. And we had the most beautiful, perfect house and the most beautiful, perfect setting. And it was a fairy tale. Phil would, we'd wake up in the morning. Phil would have an apron on. He'd be baking blueberry pie in the kitchen for breakfast. Yeah. And all was well until the evil house owner sold the house and destroyed our dreams. And that left us in a pickle. So we were excited though in spring, where we found a new house to test out, that we were hopeful for Chateau Gongshow and Rip Party 2 coming this fall. And it was a dump with weird people living in the basement and had potato internet.
Yeah, it only had one guy. No, that's not true. He had his kid living with him too. Yeah,
That was a woman screaming at one point, wasn't there?
I think that was his TV. If it was a woman screaming, I'd probably knock on the door.
Sure. Given, as we've already mentioned, that we intend to go bigger, better, faster, stronger for Rip Party 2, having Dumpy House and Potato Internet is no bueno for Rip Party. And we were in a pickle, and we're talking with our good buddy Johnny Amendola at Mint Inc., and he very graciously offered up Mint Inc. as a location to hold Rip Party. One door closes, another door opens. And again, while it's not the chateau, we liked kind of the homey sort of authentic vibe to it. There's going to be tons of advantages of having Rip Party at Mint Inc. that we're very excited about and incredibly grateful to Mint Inc. for hosting it. And again, it's really more about for people that are not at the expo, right?
Yeah.
Than that are there. And it's still going to be very intimate and small. It's not going to be 10,000 people there. It'll, we'll have a homey kind of vibe and feel to it. But again, this event is so important to us, and to have in their space, if you can't have it at a chateau, I can't think of a better spot to have it. And so I can't thank them enough.
So we still, our plan for the future is still to have it at Chateau Gongshow. We just can't plan for this. We need to pick a venue, or we can't plan for it. So this had to happen. It had to happen, and it's going to be a great venue. But we're still trying to find a good Chateau Gongshow, Airbnb, or whatever the other ones are, within half an hour, 40 minutes of the expo. We can't seem to find one. So we still need a house. We haven't even booked a house for us yet.
Might be sleeping at the Minty. Johnny might have got more than he signed up.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to do. Yeah,
Phil's brushing his teeth behind the counter in the morning.
Go to a. Yeah, I know. Who cares?
Baking your blueberry pie in the break room, I guess. So and who knows? Maybe it'll work out fantastic, and we'll, they'll love
it'll work out great. It'll be awesome. But I want to make sure that people know we want that comfy, cozy vibe. Not that Mintic isn't comfy, cozy. It's very comfy, cozy. But I kind of want everyone to leave after, and then I just go upstairs. I go to bed. I like waking up in the morning, and the place is a mess, and but we had to pick a venue to get this starting to be planned, and we're planning big time.
And they stepped up, and they've been amazing, and they're going to help us, I think, reach new heights with this. So I'm so grateful to have them as a partner, and more info coming soon. But we have to talk extended sales, because we have a habit on the show of overreacting a week after releases, and it's been just about a week since 24-25 extended series came out, and we got to check in and see, overreact to the top 5 very, very early sales. Now, the card that's, of course, we've talked about it for a few minutes already on the show, that's dominated the attention has been the OV Buyback Young Guns autos. But there's also a ton of other interesting and big cards in 24-25 extended. So I can't wait to see what's been moving on the secondary markets and people are opening up their wallets for. So you guys ready to see what the top 5 are?
Very curious.
See what's been shimmy shaking.
Shimmy shaking. Oh, maybe we'll see shimmy shakes. We'll have to see. So these are the top 5 high selling cards with each's respective top sale, and any sale made by eBay, as always, has been verified as paid for in Terapeak. So coming in at number 5 is Will Smith Young Guns High Gloss out of 10 that sold for $945 US on May 31st.
Nice. Congrats to the buyer. A good price.
And I'm kind of mad at you, Louis. I'm not mad at you, but you cleaned up this photo
a little
like a million times. This is the worst photo I've ever seen. It made me angry. I wanted to quit this whole segment. I hate how these people get rewarded for. Go look up this photo on eBay. It's disgusting. And to get $900 it shouldn't ever happen.
I would have given it to him. If I saw this on eBay, I would have bought it in a heartbeat. A high gloss of Will Smith for under $1,000. Yeah.
I mean, he could have cost himself double by the quality. The photo is horrible. I don't know how Louis cleaned this up to the.
I'm magical, but here, I'll be honest. I can bring it up really quick. It's just
it doesn't.
Dude, it does. No, honestly, it really does make a difference. Go ahead and go to the next one. I'll bring it up later.
Okay. Coming in at number 4 is Elaine Hudson, Young Guns acetate, sold for $1,250 US on June 7th.
That seems low too.
Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of sets out though. It's like you had metal,
fair.
cup, and extended all in consecutive weeks.
Yeah. Frig, I wish I had more money right now. I'd buy this too.
Number 3 is a Jacob Dobbs Young Gun Outburst Gold, sold for $2,625 US.
What?
On
I have a
June
silver
5th.
outburst of this guy.
Yeah,
Really interesting. Maybe it's worth $100.
maybe.
Yeah.
Well, he's wearing the right jersey.
Yeah, definitely.
Number 2 is a Macklin Celebrini Young Guns acetate, $3,620 US on May 29th.
I would have bought the Hudson.
Yeah, for a third of the price.
Yeah. Something's going on with Celebrini. These prices are just there. There's got to be 3 or 4 big collectors out there right now about them.
And people keep wanting to question the Young Guns outburst, but I think it's going to blow you away, Phil. The Connor McDavid All-Star Gold Outburst 101 sold for $6,500 US on June 4th via eBay.
That Ethan bought that. I'm trying to get this kid who's buying all these to come on the show, but he's not wanting to. It's
Kid,
why
what
does,
does
but
he like
does it.
own every McDonald's in Canada or something?
I don't know. There's 2 guys on Reddit. I mean, I can't go on that platform too often, but once in a while I enter the jungle of uselessness, and there's a lot of chitter chatter on there about these 2 young lads that are just going hard on these gold outbursts, man. I know one of them's called Ethan. I've chatted with him. Great kid. I'm really trying to get. He said when he gets to 100, he wants to come on the show. He's got to be over 100 now, but I keep sending out the smoke signals. Doesn't seem to be interested. So,
like, I got it when it was like the first outburst, but this is what, the third at least, or 4th or 5th at the, if there's extended series McDavid's from the couple years prior to.
Mhm.
yeah, I think this is all price discovery stuff, right? It's going to take a few years to see. I don't see this holding its value. I mean, I'm happy that the buyer got it. That's fantastic. It's a Connor McDavid 101. I get it, but aren't there like a lot of 101s now, more than there ever been, you know? And
Or
just
it's
wanna
like
maybe
the,
be a little careful. That's why I like the red ones.
Yeah.
There's 25. You don't have to go crazy, you know.
maybe you already said though, it's like the Ultimate Shield 101. You got 6 guys that are they're very aggressively collect them, and they just compete the crap
All it takes is 2,
out of it.
right?
Yeah.
If there's 2 people that, I mean, I was smart with the Brady Tkachuk in Ottawa. Like I waited a couple years to buy big cards of him because I just didn't want to get back into collecting hard. There was only pretty much 2 or 3 guys. I just had to wait till they got what they wanted, and then I cleaned up, you know? So it's all in the way to do it.
Let's
And
see
for
it.
all the people that like to poo-poo on extended, to be a week after release and have all top 5 sales over $1,000, I think is a pretty
Who's
big sign.
poo-pooing on extended? I think people used to poo-poo on extended.
Oh, they still do. They still do. It's watered
They're
down.
all,
It's
listen, they have people,
unnecessary.
they're all poo-pooing on everything all the time. And that's why I'm making it a goal of mine to showcase people's super smart and intelligent comments online on social media about our hockey cards. I'm continuously doing that every Friday and laughing at them. That's good.
Did you
Put it on notice.
Did you
What's that?
find the OG photo, Louis?
There. That's the crappy one.
Are you kidding me? Young Guns High Gloss, and that's the photo?
He could have just waited till it focused.
I know.
Yeah. It's a bad one, eh? But it's a high gloss. You know what it
Okay.
is. Yeah.
Phil, you ready to lead?
Oh, we're on
Cruise
Gongshow
Mailbag?
Mailbag.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Are.
Okay, Gongshow Mailbag time.
Boy,
Here we go. First question from Discord. High Gloss CBJ. In 2015-16, Jack Eichel had no rookie autographs. He had an exclusive deal with Leaf. Years later, his autograph deal expired and Upper Deck released his autographed rookies. When you ship out a card that wasn't possible for their rookie year 3 years later in 2018 and 19 SPA. Now with the newest cup, we have a 5-year-old Kaprizov rookie, plural, sorry. If a card isn't released a rookie year, how is it a rookie? At what point is an update rookie no longer a rookie? So I'll go ahead first. I said, I'm cool with updates as long as they were printed in the rookie year. Basically, as long as the back of the card says the correct rookie year, I'm good to go for a rookie card. Even if it wasn't printed and they lie to me, I don't care.
Yeah.
Lie to me and print the right year. I don't give a crap. You know, I do, but I don't because you lied to me, so I don't know the difference. So that's my answer. Boys, what do you think?
I agree with you.
Thank you, Louis.
I think it's a good question. And I think there's probably a lot of different opinions on this, but I'm more of in the line with you. You can get very technical and pick it apart, but well, put it this way, I would much rather have a Kaprizov update hard signed cup auto
Yeah.
rookie 3 years later, 5 years later than a sticker auto from in the moment.
Big time. That I was in this. I know I probably said this. I was in the shop when a guy bought a tin of the cup and he was jumping up for joy when he got the Kaprizov. And then one of the guys is like, "Oh, that's weird. It's a sticker auto." And the guy's face was like it didn't. And then when another guy's like, "I think he was in Russia," or I'm like, "Oh, we should just stop talking right now." Guy's blowing $1,200 for a sticker auto. Okay, next question. Discord, the niche hockey cards. Do you have any idea why Upper Deck hasn't produced a Ken Dryden card since the 2008-2009 Montreal Canadiens Centennial set? Is Ken miffed at Upper Deck and won't let them use his likeness? Or is Upper Deck miffed at Ken because he won't sign cards? I can actually answer this pretty well. So he basically, Mr. Dryden doesn't really want people profiting off of his name or likeness. You're almost bang on. Dryden is a principled man. So you got to respect that. Even if you agree or disagree, you have to respect that he's principled and he doesn't sway. So he has personal standards. He stands tall and firm. Good on him. I do remember also about 10 years ago, if you guys know the company Frozen Pond, I don't know how I came aware of this information, but they offered him a quite lucrative lump sum to get him to autograph some like commemorative sets. And he said no. So
Wow.
That's the best way I can put it. He's a principled guy. I don't think there's a tiff or he's miffed at anybody. He's just not interested in people making money off of him. And I get it. I mean, I don't want to pay another man so he signs something for me. Yet I love hockey cards, right? Go figure. I don't know. Well, I guess you guys don't know why, so we'll leave it at that. Discord, Ojibwe 86. With 2024-25 Upper Deck Extended Series having a buyback auto of Ovi numbered to 8, do you see Upper Deck doing this with more legendary players who had rookie cards with Upper Deck? Would love to see a Jagger rookie buyback auto numbered to 68. Josh.
Yeah. I mean, Upper Deck, I would like to see him do it a little bit more, but not overkill, which has been a little bit of a problem, or come up with other ideas. You know, if they had like a rotating toolkit of 10 sort of ideas like this, I think that would be amazing that they could mix and match in certain sets that they felt like needed a little bit more juice.
Good answer. I didn't have a very good answer. Louis?
No, I didn't answer it because Josh nailed it.
Perfect. Next question. Discord. Mad Dog Nav 78. Hey, boys. What is your desert island box to rip? The only thing you get to open. I'll go first. I picked EX2000 so I can start fires easily. Yes.
God. Oh my God.
You entertain yourself more than
I
anybody
do
else.
all the time. Louis, what are you saying?
Give me some stature to rip.
Okay.
Ooh.
Nice. Josh?
I would want 2012 Fleer Retro, but let's be honest, I wouldn't open it. I would just sit there and stare at the box the whole time.
That's so you would die.
You would die of.
Don't light a
Well,
fire.
how does opening cards sustain life in the first place?
You burn them and you cook food. Anyways.
You know
Okay.
what? It's
Next question.
Adrenaline will keep you going for a while.
Yeah, like 30 seconds. Okay, Discord. Strida.
Per pack.
What's the longest amount of time you've spent hunting a rare card? I have 3 of the 4 Patrick Ilias's 0304 Topps Pristine printing plates, and I'm still trying to find the last one. Louis.
0.
Joshua.
Probably the Pavel Bure O-Pee-Chee that I recently got for 2.5 years, maybe. I'm not like a big set collector, so I'm trying to collect one set that maybe Phil sent me some cards on. Louis, did those come?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's fun. You
Oh.
were at a wedding yesterday, and
Yeah.
Louis was texting me going through the box I sent you guys.
Yeah.
And I thought you were there. I was like, it should be straightforward. Whose cards are who? And Louis like, Josh is at a wedding. I'm like, well, that sucks.
No, it's weird. He sent me a text later saying there wasn't any cards for me in the box.
Yeah, right.
Phil sent you like 4 cards, and they're
You got a
pen.
pile. You got a pile of stuff.
I would definitely go through what Louis got there too. You'd be like, I don't think Phil meant to give that to you. Okay.
Oh, you mean those holotypes aren't mine?
No, leave those are for Josh.
What's your card, Phil?
My card was well, I mean, there's a few, but the first one that came to mind was an Alfredson Topps Finest Refractor when I was slabbing up. I was looking for a PSA 10. That was over a decade, and then I found one, and it was like $650 off eBay, and I bought it. I bought it like an idiot. And close second would be a little over 10 years would be the Gretzky Rainbow out of 100 from the 08-09 O-Pee-Chee. I never even seen that. I haven't even seen that card till last year.
When you could add in there all the like acetates and Gretzky refractors that you hoard.
Yeah, but that's a lesson because they were always around for 400, 600. I was like, oh, I'll get them one day. And then one day they just kept getting too expensive and I bit the bullet, right? So, All right, next question. Miles 24, dollar bill. Long-term outlook on gold outbursts. Oh, funny. Will they go down in value as players have more and more gold outbursts, or will they hold or go up? I'll go first. I definitely don't think they'll lose their value from this point on. They're quite incredible. That's all I got to say.
Oh, that was it?
Yeah,
maybe you froze.
No. Louis, what do you think?
They're going to keep going up, as I feel, as long as people are still buying them as they keep going up. They're not going to go any less, that's for sure.
Louis teaches economics at MIT on weekends. To let you know, he's got some spots left open in his class.
Kind of obvious, isn't it, though? I mean,
I know.
Keep coming out, and people just keep shelling money out for them. So I guess
they like gold. Josh, what do you think?
Well, it feels like right now they can't stop, won't stop. That is for sure. I just don't know like what's going to happen if there will be like the PMG effect when you get 3-4 years down the road and it's the 11th McDavid Outburst Gold 101. Is that going to go for $6,000? I don't know.
As long as it's not a tribute. All right, next question. Minnesota Sports Card Junkie. What is the story with the product Overtime? I see cards pop up on eBay from time to time, but I know nothing about it. Thanks. I'll go first. This is a Josh question.
From what I understand, it's a Canada specific promo pack that I think are given to distributors and expected to be in turn given out to maybe distributors buy them. I don't know how it works between them and Upper Deck, but distributors give them to hobby shops to use as like rewards or bonus packs for whatever they want.
Oh, that's a good answer. I hope that helped you, MN Sports Card Junkie. I don't know if that's Minnesota. I'm going to assume it is.
It's Tori.
So, is that Tori?
Yeah, he changed his name.
Does he live in Minnesota?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. That is good. I was right the first time. All right, next question. Mad Dog. Hey, boys. What would happen if Upper Deck defined short print and super short print? For example, short print is under 100. No, yeah, under 100. And super short print is under 25.
I like the mystery.
So do I.
Josh, go ahead.
I like the mystery.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
I kind of like numbered cards. I wish they would number more cards. I'm not a big fan of like, oh, it's an Easter egg. Like, number the damn thing. Number it.
So you think like the liquid gold in metal would be better numbered?
For me, yeah. Not for the hobby. I'd prefer it.
Okay.
Yeah, just preference. Next question. Facebook. Tom Cook. Oh, I thought it was almost Mr. Apple there.
Yeah.
Do you guys have any merchandise to purchase? I was looking on your website and didn't see anything. Tees, hats, tumblers, stickers, anything cool with your guys' logo on it? Josh question.
Stay tuned, Tom. Like 1 week. Give me 1 week. We're close. We're very, very close.
Josh is grinning, so there's something coming.
Yeah.
Discord, Hockey Card Denmark. Looking 5-6 years forward, what do you think is the future of hockey cards? New tech, creativity, new equipment? into cards, etc., etc. I'll go first. So I think cardboard, i.e. hockey cards, baseball cards, I think it will always be first and foremost for us dudes. NFTs will eventually take off. I firmly believe that. It's just figuring itself out. I don't think that will ever come near our hobby again in a very popular way because we're guys, we're dudes. We like to touch things and we like to collect things and we like to hoard things. We like tangible materials. I truly believe the 2.5 by 3.5 inch pieces of cardboard are here to stay. It's almost like alcohol, right? If you had a bad day, you crack a beer. If you had a great day, you crack a beer. Well, if I had a bad day, I go buy a box of cards. If I had a great day, I go buy a box of cards. I like my buddies. I have my groups, circles of friends. We like tangible products. We like trading, handing things over. So in a digital age, I really believe cards are here to stay. And I kind of think that's why they're getting a little bit more popular, especially TCG with the kids, because they don't have anything they don't have magazines anymore. I had Archie comics when I was a kid and silver coins. And I mean, that's not a big kid thing, but it's tangible. It's real. It's it's not digital. And I love it. I think it's great. Print media is a dying thing.
Mhm.
And I know it's not media, but it's art, So that's my take on that.
Hey,
Louis,
Phil.
what do you think?
Oh, sorry. Just I want to ask you a question first.
Oh, what's up?
Because you mentioned TCG. I saw an amazing stat the other day. How many Pokemon cards do you think are printed a year?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
500 million?
Louis.
Too many?
Louis got the right answer.
Did you say 500 million?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, that's all the sets and everything. I mean, I don't think that's that much.
Oh, I don't know. 200 million then.
You guys ready for the answer? You want to change your pants after this?
10
10 billion.
billion.
Really? Was
Billion.
Did you use a B?
A B.
B.
So I was 1/20th correct. Holy crap. That's wild, man.
Yeah.
Well, good thing we don't like there's not listen, we shouldn't knock TCG. I think anything that gets a kid off a damn computer is good.
Yeah.
Oh,
Is
yeah.
good. Yeah, gets them in the park. I see little turds in my neighborhood all the time at the tables there with their Pokemons, whatever. Oh,
If
yeah.
I was a TCG guy, I'd be worried about that number, though.
Yeah. Yo,
Sure.
well, I think that goes through every 2-3 years. It soars in popularity and then it dies. And
Okay.
Anyways,
now to Louis. Sorry, Louis.
Oh, Louis, yeah, go ahead.
I just kind of like what you were saying, Phil. I just want it to stay some sort of cardboard, however they're going to do it.
Yeah.
Tangible item. And I don't mind how e-pack is because there's still cards you can get.
They're still real. They're
It's like
real.
Yes, it's still real cards, but it has to stay that way. If this whole thing goes digital or
It won't. They haven't figured out the ownership yet. Like, yeah, with wallets and crypto, and I love all that stuff. I think it's great. I love being alive, and they're trying to figure out that aspect of our life. But when it comes to sporting cards,
Mhm.
we want them in our hands. I don't.
Right.
Top Skate Digital's great cards. It's not going to take off. I don't think. Like it's just not. It's having something. It's so much more human.
well,
Not to get too deep, but it's just much more of a human thing that we're involved in.
I do it with, obviously when you're in the car and stuff like that, or for quickness streaming, I still do it with music. I try to get as original as I can. If I can get it on vinyl, I'm getting it on vinyl. If the next best thing that first came out was something on tape, well, then I want that. If it was CD, then I'd like that first. I don't know. I'm weird like that, but that's how I roll.
No, it's good, man. Anything to add, Josh, or can we move on?
I'll just throw in, like, aspirationally, I would love 5-6 years from now to see a lot of game used memorabilia with specific game provenance and then new stuff, new inserts.
Like what?
Good call.
Like liquid gold, like more stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like
And
it.
they're trying. Listen, but if they try 10 things, 9 are probably going to fail.
Sure.
They're going to get yelled at. I'm gonna put everyone on display on Friday Nights with Phil for your amazingly well thought out comments to Upper Deck, and all it takes is one. All it takes is one card to hit and stick, like an outburst, like a 16-bit, you know?
Yeah.
Could you imagine Upper Deck listen to everybody in the last 5 years oh, you ruined card collecting and that's it. Pack it up, shut the doors. And then we never have cards for anybody again. So here we go. Next question. JB Hockey Cards started to invest in Connor McDavid rookie cards again with a budget of no more than $80 per card. Which are some of the best cards to pick up to submit to PSA? I had a hard time reading that question. I don't know where you would find a cheaper than $80 McDavid rookie card. Best of luck to you. Base cards and Tim Hortons, maybe. I don't know. I don't know my McDavid rookie, that like MVP kind of stuff. Or I really don't know, JB. I think you need to add a 0 to your budget, and that would still be difficult. I don't know. What do you guys have I'm not good with that.
I think
McDavid
platinum. If I was at that level, I would look for platinum numbered parallels to try to find some deals on.
Yeah, like PSA 8s maybe. Oh no, you want to
even raw, like a red prism out of 90. You're not going to get a rookie, but if you get a 2019 red prism out of 199 for $80, maybe. I have no idea.
Yeah, but he wants a rookie card. I think maybe.
Oh,
I think he might
rookie cards. Well,
yeah, I think he missed
rookie.
a 0. He must have missed a 0. Right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I wasn't trying to be. I'm being very honest, man. Maybe a base card or a Tim Hortons card would be, or MVP. I mean, a star rookie alone, it cost me $100 and it was raw. You know?
What about his O-Pee-Chee paper card? That's got to be more than $100, right?
I don't know. I'm not sure. But
well, if he wins the cup, forget it.
Yeah, good point. Good luck to you though, JB. Good luck, bro.
Upper Deck Fusion.
Okay.
Oh, there you go.
That's in his wheelhouse.
There you go.
Okay.
Upper Deck Fusion. Louis did some research for you. Okay.
Or hold on. Let's help.
Oh, sorry.
Here. Or you could get the 15-16 O-Pee-Chee retro rookie, just the regular
Okay.
for what, $50. So
There you
they're
go. Louis.
out there, buddy. Just search up McDavid rookie. You'll find him.
There you go. Next question. Facebook. Stu Arnett. Here, Tom. I have a friend who had hockey cards stolen during a break-in. How do you protect your collection? Special insurance? How do you guys document your collection for something like a theft? Guard dogs? Thanks, Phil. No, that's just my name after it. He just said thanks. Sorry.
Oh.
I'll go first. I generally so I have house insurance, and I know my cards are covered underneath that, under that umbrella. I kind of don't really like that. So I normally put all my collection in 3 different spots. I keep it at Cole's mom's house, my house, and I have another friend I kind of keep it at. As right now, most of my cards are in the same spot, so I gotta divvy them up after I organize them. But I don't put all my cards in the same place. That's my biggest rule. Josh, what do you think?
Yeah, currently I use my homeowners, but there are some hobby-specific companies. One that we've been talking to. It really depends on what country you're in, because insurance, you can't get a Canadian insurance company in the US and vice versa. So I know like that private collectors insurance in Canada is one option.
Nice.
Yep.
Louis, what are you saying?
No, that's like you guys. Mine are still just under my regular homeowner's insurance. And the way they know what I have, though, is I have photos of like all my big cards.
Yeah.
And I have all my cards on a spreadsheet.
Nice. There we go. Next question. Facebook. Caleb Smith. Bedard has 112 one-of-ones in the 23-24 the Cup. Holy crap. How many one-of-ones is too many? I think 112 would be too many. Does every insert in every set need 4 printing plates? I'll go first. No, I'm right there with you, Caleb. That is very eye-opening and wacko. But imagine hitting a Bedard 101. You made 112 people really happy, right? It's that's silly. I agree with you, Caleb. Josh, what do you think?
Junk variety era.
Junk slab era too. Let's be honest. Every dollar box is a slab box these days. Louis, what are you thinking?
Welcome back to the junk wax era.
Oh boy, little Guns N' Roses, little Axel Louis. Okay, Facebook, Kaz Schiller. Oh, Lucas. Sorry to brag, but I'm flying down and going to games 3 and freaking 4. I'm assuming he's talking about the Stanley Cup Finals.
Yeah,
Probably. Okay. Once in a lifetime experience. I know Puck Rips is a Florida fan and native, but does anyone else collect down there who watches the show? Maybe Phil can connect us. I don't go to Florida. Oh, no, but I do know Puck Rips. Okay, I get what you're saying. Sorry, I'm a donkey. Looking forward to seeing a slugfest of attrition. Ooh, I like that sentence. Let's go, game 7, all overtime. I don't know about that. I'll use my email, Lucas. Friday nights with Phil at gmail.com. Send me an email and we'll try and track him down. And stop bragging. Nah, flex, buddy. Flex. Good for you. Proud of you. Josh?
we have a number of Panthers fans in Discord.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Is Lucas in Discord? Yeah.
Is he?
I think so. I don't know. Lucas,
think
you in
so.
Discord? He can't answer. It's not fair.
Yeah, Lucas.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yes, Lord. Louis, what are you saying?
Not much. Just awesome. Have fun at the games, man.
Wicked. Instagram.
That was another Baba Louie Hobby hot take.
So people are mad at me that I haven't done that in a long time.
Yeah.
So I had to throw it in there.
I've
No,
been
no, you're
trying to just be blah for a little while. Well, we got it now. Good.
Nice. Instagram. Pat Bass 87. Would you prefer to have the first version of an Ovechkin Young Guns Buyback 2015/2 or the second version, which is numbered out of 8 of extended 2024? Do you think that the new version of the OV Young Guns auto will affect the value of the original Buyback? I'll go first. I think good point that you brought up the 2015 out of 2 Buyback, because how many people talk about that one? Not too many.
Mm-mm.
No.
Right? Not too many at all. So they made 4. They doubled it. They quadded it.
Try again.
Yeah, they quadded it. And I think we're in that time frame of, oh my God. Ask the same question a year from now and we'll see where we are. You know?
We'll see if the hype remains. That's what
Yeah.
it'll come down to.
Saying that, I would take the grade 8 out of 8 if I had to pick out
Me
of any of them. Louis, what are you saying?
Either one.
Hmm? Joshua?
I agree. With the
I'd probably maybe just take the original one to keep, because I'd probably sell the 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 of 8.
Yeah, that makes sense. Next question. Almost done. Instagram, the Card Farmer Official.
Ooh.
Is 2014-15 Series 1 and 2 the greatest set of all time? Tons of Hall of Fame buybacks, super low print run of Series 2, great Young Guns, and the debut of Young Guns Acetate. Man, wish there was somewhere I could get a checklist. Also, this was pre-EPAC. Oh, dude, that Card Farmer, that was hilarious. Good job. I'll go first. So 2012-13 Fleer Retro just asked me to hold its beer. They'll be right back.
This is for
Yeah.
you, Card Farmer.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's
I
not on
love
the
it.
checklist site yet. Sorry. We can add it to the list.
Yeah,
I guarantee you Josh will stay up late tonight just to put that on because it'll bother him.
I'm chugging through 2021 O-Pee-Chee right now. So
And finish that.
for,
one.
as a request from Discord, because we do let people in Discord request new checklists.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Louis, anything?
No, because he got me at wish there was somewhere I could get a checklist. I'm like, darn it.
Oh, yeah. No, it was good. All right, Discord, Sebi 25. The new stature release is finally right around the corner. Do you think older stature cards will get a bump in value liquidity? With a skipped release, I feel like they haven't been on anyone's radar for the last 2 years. I'll go first. I'm very curious to see how this plays out. I think older stature cards will keep their value regardless how this new product is accepted and released. And I really want to watch. I can't wait to see people being like, what? Anyway, Louis, what do you think?
I'll let Josh answer the good answer, but it's been on my radar. I am super interested to see what happens here. I love it. So
Josh?
This will be very curious because I think it's, as we all know, it's going to be a little bit different.
Do
And-
other people know it's going to be different? Yeah, right?
Oh, you can go look at the sell sheets that are out.
Okay,
and the cards
okay.
are different.
Yes. No, I
And
know.
the traditionalists may not like that, or once the product's in hand, they may love it too. So I
don't feel confident predicting one way or the other right now.
I don't want to. Yeah, I want to move to the next question.
Okay.
Okay. I don't trust me. Okay. Next question. Instagram, Mr. Brinklow. Based on I love this question. I'm gonna go first. Okay, after. Okay. Based on design and layout only, which 1980s O-Pee-Chee sets are in your top 3? Okay. I got a little package. Okay, so I love this question. It's quite an easy answer, and I always think about this all the time, constantly. So this is my moment. Okay, so just go backwards. 1990 is the worst. So 89 is the worst. Then 88, then 87, then 86. Basically all the way to 85, 86. 85, 86 and up is kind of like all poopy, starting from the top. Okay, 85 and 86 though, and 86, 87 are basically the same set. Just logos on the top of the older one, of the newer one, and then on Lemieux's rookie, it's on the bottom, right? Okay, so if I have to pick one set out of everything, I'd probably go 82, 83, because I love the top and the way the border comes down. Very simple, crisp design. I feel like the colors are brighter in a weird way. I mean O-Pee-Chee. I don't mean tops. So I don't know. I really love the I really love the 82, 83s. Big fan of that. That's my favorite Gretzky 80s card as well. And you could probably I'd probably go 81, 82, 80, 81 after that. Sorry, I love that question. Josh?
Yeah, what's interesting is I picked my top 3 and 82 is not in my top 3. So that makes it very controversial for your
you're wrong. I mean, it's okay.
No. Pretty much right. So my number 1 is the 81, 82 design. Love that design with the O-Pee-Chee at the top.
Yeah, I know what it is.
Number 2 is the 83, 84 design with the O-Pee-Chee logo in the bottom right corner.
I know where it is.
And then I went with 84 O-Pee-Chee as my third favorite.
Oh.
Do you own any of those any years of those cards?
Yeah.
No, I don't think you do. I don't think Josh wants one card from O-Pee-Chee of the years he's talked about.
81 as Yari Curry rookie.
All right. Louis, have anything to say?
Oh, I didn't have time to do it.
All right.
Search sound in here.
All right. Josh ruined everything anyways.
Yeah.
Instagram, next question. Ryan Moss. Should anyone at this point... Oh, Ryan, be happy. I know you're a happy guy, but okay, here we go. I love this guy. So funny. Should anyone at this point believe what is DA?
David Adams.
Oh, David Adams. Okay. Should
the
anyone
largest hockey card seller in the world?
I don't live in the States, man.
You're
Should
close.
anyone at this point believe David Adams will actually pay out on the Ovi bounty after what happened with Bedard bounty being pulled? I want to answer this first. At what point do we say as the consumer, say, enough? I'm done. A lot of people are using this as a point to drive primary and secondary market sales of these autos, not just the Gr8 auto. Okay, I'm going to go first. I didn't really get upset when they got rid of the bounty. Do bounties last forever? Did I miss something? Not everything has to have an opinion, right? This is how I would see it. If I hit the Bedard like a week after the bounty was gone, I'd probably be a little like, oh my God, that sucks. If you don't have the card, why is everyone mad at David Adams? Why does there have to be collusion in everything? I don't think so. And listen, man, there's so many bad things that happen in companies behind the wall. Like, you think everybody that works at Google is like great and awesome and ethical and on the up and up, and Google only, or whatever, pick your company. They only do good, positive things. I don't think anyone made over $5 million without cutting a few throats along the way. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You gotta, everything doesn't have to be Mickey Mouse and nice.
There's a flip side to that too, though, is that I think you even fall into this category at times, Phil, where people always assume that the reason for anything is the most evil, duplicitous possible thing.
Yeah,
possible.
I do, definitely. Yeah,
where sometimes there's like a totally reasonable.
It usually isn't reasonable. It probably is. It's probably like, well, it's been a year. We're getting rid of the bounty. And then you wake up and you're like, oh my God, people think I never got that bounty thing. Like, unless you have the card and you got it the day they canceled it, the amount of people, I'm not saying Ryan here is very upset. I'm saying he's questioning it, but people got very angry, like angry.
Yeah.
It's like, well, do you own the card? No. Okay.
Yes. Where that would have been 100% justifiable is if David Adams hadn't officially canceled the bounty, and someone says, "Here it is, David Adams," and like, "Oh, we're not doing the bounty anymore."
Yeah,
well, that
be
would
angry. I'll be angry with you. I'd be angry with you for that,
because that's malarkey, right? But yeah, I mean, I don't think there's a law that says bounties have to be
on it forever.
But and again, now does it mean that David Adams probably, like with a contest, should have put an expiration date originally to set proper expectations? Maybe. Will they likely do that forward? I'm guessing. But sometimes, again, big corporations are run by people. Somebody has a job at a big company and they're like, "Hey, put the announcement up for this bounty." And sometimes people intentionally, sometimes unintentionally, maybe they've never done that job before, they don't put an expiration date or they didn't think of it. And it doesn't mean that the company, this case David Adams, is out to be evil and destroy the hobby.
Yeah, what I don't like that we live in an absolute era, right? Like, oh, that has to mean this. No, it does. Like, whatever the topic is. No, it could mean so many
That's
things.
kind of like human nature, though. Like we expect the worst. And I'll give you an example. This is like a totally non-related example, but I was at a wedding yesterday, and and I don't know if you guys have like dad moments like this or parent moments like this, but we're in the wedding and it's like during the ceremony, my phone starts buzzing. I turn it around and it's my son. And I immediately like when that happens, he could just be calling to tell me about like a sandwich he just ate that he thought was good. But my mind goes to what's wrong, right? What emergency is this? And I think like that's like it's the unknown we always assume is like the worst case possible.
Yeah, it's a very human element, right? But Ryan here says a lot of people are using this as a point to drive primary and secondary market sales of these autos.
It's marketing.
Ryan, hold on. Obviously, Ryan, of course they are. That's what people do. They're pieces of crap. They're like, their greed is I love capitalism. I love trying to make money, but my line of trying to make an amount is way lower than other people. Like if you have 15 million in the bank, aren't you done? You're done. You're done. You don't have to do anything else. 15 million, but they want 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. It's a game. It's not about the money after that. It's a game. And I think that's where maybe Ryan's getting frustrated. Like, how much money do people need? Because Ryan has a beautiful card collection. Very, like, he knows his cards, man. He knows what he's doing. So I can feel his frustration because he probably wants one of the cards. He probably can afford it at what it's worth. But I hear you, Ryan. It is frustrating.
You and I couldn't rethink real, and I think this is great, right? I love conversations of different perspectives, but I think totally differently than you on this situation. What I found out in my life is most very successful business people are not actually super money oriented, right? That they're driven. They have a lot of money because they are driven by other things. Like they set goals for them. They like to achieve goals. They like to, and so what happens to most successful people is they don't get rich and then just quit all their goals. They don't lose what drove them to get there in the first place, right? They want to keep growing. They want to keep winning. They want to keep, and so, I think very, very few successful people stop because they're not motivated by money. That's not why they get out of bed.
We're talking about people or companies, right? Like, I mean,
but a company like David Adams is privately owned by one guy, right? And then and a company, right? So if you're a public company and you look at, like, I don't know how it is in Canada, but in the United States, the primary fiduciary responsibility of a public company is to return value to its shareholders. It's illegal for them not to try to be as successful as possible. They're fundamentally
you don't feel
violating
it's overkill though. Like it from on a listen. We're talking about well off and rich, and then they're super rich. Sure. I'm not talking about people that have 15 to 30, 40 million.
But-
50 million is a lot of money. I get it, but you're not super duper ridiculously rich. You're just pretty well off, I think, if you got 15 mil. You
But-
know?
But I can even like put us into this example, right? So let's go back to the hobby and the idea of bounties.
Okay.
It's a marketing tactic to
Yeah.
drive interest in products. We give away boxes on our shows in order to drive people. So what's the difference? Nothing.
I forgot what we're talking about.
We're talking about like the bounties and are they good, bad? Do they make you?
I think bounties are great.
Let me go at this from a C's gets degrees level here. I don't understand why anybody would really care, because any company is not saying we'll pay out the OV or whatever card bounty, but they have to be bought from us. It's not like they're plugging themselves only for you to go out and buy these extended boxes. You could get the card out of any box from anywhere and they're still putting it out there. So it's not like they're pumping their own product just to get you to buy more, so they sell out theirs, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't even put that much thought into it at all. I just think it's good marketing. That's it.
It is
That's
good
as far as I
marketing.
would take it on the surface.
And I want to be very careful here because I don't want to speak out of turn and say something I'm not supposed to. But again, this goes back to, we always assume the most egregious negative reason. I know that in some of these cases, there's dual purposes to these bounties. It is good marketing. And also maybe owners are really rich and they just want the card.
Yeah, good point, man. Absolutely.
Because
good
that
point.
does happen.
Sure.
Yeah.
Right? That's
They
how,
got the money, they'll overpay. What do they care?
Yeah.
That's a good point, man. Very good point. Yeah. Not everything has to be something more than it seems, right? Like it doesn't, I don't know. I know a lot. I know, man, when that bounty of Bedard left, there was just, people wanted blood, you know, it was crazy.
Well, I see this too. Like when we have this conversation, like the response is going to be, yeah, Phil, right? Because you tend to take the most sort of like aggressive stance on this, and kind of the blessing and curse of us doing this show and getting to know a lot of these companies and a little bit about how they work is we get peeks behind the curtain. Right. And so, I think like that's like where a lot of my balanced perspective comes from, is knowing that there's probably, I can't violate confidence, but there's, it's not as like scary and crazy and bad and evil as everyone thinks it is in a lot of these cases. I'm not saying that bad things don't happen, for sure, but it's like the whole like Pitchfork Nation thing, I don't know if ever is going to go away. People just want so bad to rally around the man or the evil
cause, any cause, because it's a sense we're human. We just want to belong, right? That's what does society do when you do something bad? They isolate you. They put you in a room by yourself without other people, right? That's the worst feeling ever. You want to feel belonging. You want a group that congregates together and has like-mindedness, right? But then we get why do whenever we all get in big groups, we all get dumber? Why does that happen? Unga bunga, unga bunga.
Groupthink, right? It's like,
It's
the
like
alpha of the room kind of dominates, though. Yeah. But
we need a psychologist on the show. Anyways,
Ryan, I hope you like the answer, because we went about 900 tangents.
I forgot even Ryan asked. Ryan, great question though. Good. It's good for conversation, brother.
Phil.
Nothing.
Oh, you're gonna do a video.
I did a video. It's uploaded. It's up to you to put.
Yeah. Okay.
Wow. Yeah.
I've
got a video. I didn't make a video. Did you, Josh?
No, but I can't make videos like Phil can. So
This one's pretty standard. I'm just sitting in the chair showing.
You're good at it.
Thanks, buddy.
Well, then I'll start. I kind of got off on the horse here of these cup base cards. So,
good for you.
2018, 2019, and 2019, 2020, the cup base out of 249. I grabbed 2 Nico Heishers.
Isn't 18, 19 such a good year? It's a great year, right?
Yeah. So now I just need the one that just came out. What's that? 22, 23, because I have the others.
23,
24.
Woo!
Oh, nice card.
Grabbed a Madonna 11-12 out of 249, the cup base.
Beauty.
And I don't even really want to say it was during halftime of my daughter's lacrosse game, but I was screwing around looking for cards. And I ended up finding this 13-14 Panini Prime showcase swatches out of 25 and grabbed it.
Wait, what is that? Did they print on his jersey?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, weird. I've never seen that.
He's a big mouth breather, that Mike.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it looks like Napoleon Dynamite. Stop it. Let me do it.
So the one in the background is actually printed on his jersey.
I believe so, yes.
Yes, Josh. It's on the jersey.
I've never seen that. Okay. Sorry.
Phil, you're so stupid, Josh.
Oh, he's so silly.
I'm
done. I'm leaving. Well, that's all the time we had for today.
Phil, say goodbye to the audience. Your video's never right. I'm posting your video only in Uganda now.
Oh my God, Phil. Great video.
Anywho. So I was a big turd, and when I was doing my hidden gem segment, I'm like, oh, how much do these cards go for? $25? I'll take them all. So I did that. I'm guilty.
I'll buy one.
16, 17, Upper Deck Alexander Ovechkin, Clear Cut Superstars. I got 3.
You bought 3? You said you bought 2 in the earlier.
Oh, I bought 1, and then I bought 2 more.
Oh, well, I don't really listen. So that's good, man.
Then one set I considered for this segment is, and I'm not a huge fan of these, but this is so rare. And it was very cheap. It's like 1 in 15,000.
It's different.
Yeah. It's a die cut, clear cut, every cut, you cut, who cut, Dr. Seuss. 2018-19 Upper Deck clear cut leaders for goals. It's got Ovechkin, Diet PLD, Patrick Laine, and Wild Bill, William Karlsson on it. And then, because when you like the set everyone hates, you get really, really good cheap cards.
Oh my God.
$30 US for a Essential Credentials Gold out of 50 Kaprizov from EX 2000.
I dare you to put this on auction and see what it sells for.
No, I like it.
I need to be on my island and start a fire. Give me your card.
Good job, boys. We did it. I feel like we hadn't had a normal show. It's just us BSing and you making me feel bad in a long time. So
you made me feel bad.
Well, we'll both cry to other people, and we'll talk about Jenny. Phil, you said that he doesn't like my card.
Can we put a pin when we play the exit song? Can we put a picture up? Remember how we do that when we play the exit song? Bye, guys.
Oh, I don't know. Can we do that, Libby?
Well, it's better than staring at your faces.
What do you want up? I don't
know, some hockey or some Ali Larder or I don't know, whatever you want.
We'll put something up.
Claudia Schiffer.
Oh, I love Claudia Schiffer. Isn't she single now? She broke up with
I don't know.
I forget who. Anyway.
If you like the episode, please leave a rating, review on Apple, Spotify, whatever podcast app you listen to us on. If you love the show, you want to support us, you want to chat with us on the Hockey Cards Gongshow Discord server, please consider a $5 a month donation. Join our $2.99 support level tier on Patreon. Link is in the show description in both the podcast and YouTube apps. Podcast apps and YouTube. Yeah. Within our Instagram, TikTok profile, and on our website, hockeycardsgongshow.com, or on Patreon's website, patreon.com, and just search for Hockey Cards Gongshow. We're 3 sexy old guys on social media. We're on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, and YouTube. And boys, the Hockey Cards Gongshow podcast is a production of Dollarbox Ventures, LLC. All right, Baba Louie, you know what to do.
See you later. Bye.
It's the Gong Show. We're dropping the facts. Hockey cards on fire. No holding us back. Josh looking sharp, the face of the scene. Feeling pork chop pants, rocking it clean. Baba Louie in the booth. He's the man with the plan. The best producer in all the land. Gong Show Nation, let's hit the flow. It's the Hockey Cards Gong Show. Let's go, let's go. Wanna say the minute show. So
suck it, Trebek.